It's a really good MMO.
Two of the three games I'm interested to play, like, just for the gameplay alone.
What about Bravely Default? You should check that out as well.
Deus Ex Default.
Yeah, no. We just skip that one.
Why do you think they're trying to make? Because they had Human Revolution. Why do you think they're like pushing Deus Ex as a, hot franchise property now at this point in its lifespan?
They're probably working on a new Deus Ex, but just have some people left to make this iOS stuff.
Or something.
Yeah, they've done this before with the DS game that everyone loves.
Is it DS?
They've been doing iOS stuff.
That
DS game I don't know, I forget the name.
Wait, what? Is there a DS game that's Deus Ex?
No, the DS game that they ported to iOS.
Oh,
Ghost.
Which one? There's a lot of them.
What?
The 7 Days or whatever.
Phoenix Wright got ported. 999 got ported. The World Ends With You got ported.
Yeah, that one.
World Ends With You is a fucking awesome game also.
Yeah, that one actually.
That
might be the last good Square game.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I think 13 2 is the last good Square game, but I'm also crazy.
You are crazy.
Before Final Fantasy 14 comes out anyway.
I enjoyed Final Fantasy 13, so...
It's an okay game, I guess.
It was 13-2 is better than 13, and basically.
I would probably enjoy 13 too.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's probably cheap. No one ever bought that shit. So.
Yeah, I might.
Or don't. So yeah,
Alaska, do you want to do that rant you spoke about?
Yeah, so amidst all this talk about the press conferences or whatever,
the floor is yours.
I chose not to watch the press conference this year. I was actually... So, my original plan for this year's E3 was that I was just going to go on, a complete internet blackout. I was not going to, absorb anything until the show was over. I decided to not, set aside a couple of days to watch press conferences and live shows, and decided to just go to work, and then when I got home, play Digital Devil Saga 2, which is an excellent game, but that's for another time. I actually kind of, broke on that... plan I made for myself to just go on complete blackouts, and Tuesday afternoon I went to Giant Bomb's site after all the press conferences were done and just read the write-ups on what happened there and watched all the trailers, and I felt like I've got a much better E3 experience probably than just sitting at my computer all day watching live streams expecting some megaton. Because it's just been happening for a while in the last couple of years. The build-up to E3, I've been getting less and less excited. It was only just the weekend before E3 last year that I realized, oh shoot, E3 is coming up. I gotta get ready.
I gotta get my E3 pants on.
Or take your pants off.
I take my pants off. Oh.
Yeah.
I
just sit at this computer for hours and hours on end.
But yeah, it's
yeah.
And I think Atlas isn't here, and I think he would probably agree with me because he kind of talked about it in the Google Doc. But is there anyone here besides me who's just completely maybe not completely, but just close to being over the whole E3 process at this point?
I mean,
personally, I think it's one of the best E3s in a long time.
I agree with that.
I guess
1,000 games, 1,000 fantastic games. Name one bad game in that
maybe that's it. Maybe this was just because this was the year that I decided to pick to not be excited, and it just so happened there were a ton of awesome games.
Console launch.
I guess, but I don't know. It's just the thing that I've been getting annoyed with most specifically is two things most specifically. It's just how insufferable the internet becomes during this time of the year, and then it's also the press conferences and just how much stock people put into those things, even though they technically happen before the E3, the show, opens.
Yeah, but it's all part of it. I mean, I agree. I think this is the best E3 there's been in a while. One thing that really struck me about this E3 was how game-centric it was. I don't think we heard the words Facebook or Twitter at any of these conferences.
You didn't see a Kinect demo.
And the focus on indies, especially in the case of Sony's, is a very great thing to see. But yeah, it's but even then, it kind of goes to show this point, even if there is some amazing stuff that happens at press conferences with Sony's this year, I really don't need to watch them. I can get all the info. They get all the same info I need in the write up afterwards. You know,
That's fine.
And it saves me. Saves me the trouble having to sit through something. Save me the,
I don't get your problem,
saving me
though,
the
like-
trouble of sitting through something like boring and predictable, which seems to be the case, especially with
Well,
like
look,
EA and
look,
Ubisoft.
the thing
Let me
about,
say something.
well, I'm sorry.
The used game thing was not predictable. Like, people were just like, no chance in hell they're going to talk about used game in this thing. Like, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was completely blindsided everyone, so that's not fair to say.
But like,
I mean, you're right. If you just want to know like what game, like if you want to know like raw specs and like
I don't want
hard
to go
numbers
through
and stuff
all
like
the
that.
ads. I don't want to see all this. I don't want to go through this
Well,
like crazy spectacle that you're betting on
But the
wowing
thing-
everyone, even if it falls
Well,
flat on its face.
For me, the thing about E3 that I absolutely love is that there's just level of fanfare and excitement to it that no other real video game thing gets. It's really big. It's really huge. There's just giant screens. Of course, I'm not there, but there's just this great feeling, and it feels fun. It's like it's a spectacle.
Like for me,
Yeah,
this is
except
the
I
one time-
feel like I've gotten a better sense of fun going to PAX than I have watching E3 in the last several years.
for me, this is the one time of the year when I do like the theatrics.
Exactly.
This is
We only get it once a year, really.
It's right. This is our Super Bowl. This is our Academy Awards. This is our
Exactly. It's nice and PC and neutral, and then of course you get stuff like Sony where they go out of their way to be dicks, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But there's
the
like
whole
a
show had
level-
this weird kind of retro throwback vibe to the way it was in like 97, 98 when like
Yeah, there's just like a
it
level
was like
of
nobody was
excite-
paying attention. We could get away with stuff like this.
I mean, I remember like being totally excited in E3 2006, you know, just because even though like the 360 was already out, you know, I didn't consider next gen to have like really started until, you know, like all three consoles would be out. And like that was the last time I remember being excited, but even then looking back on it, I was thinking I didn't really need to put that much like stock into all this stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Like, I don't get what the point of that rant is. Like, you like watching E3 and experience it a different way, but that doesn't mean that kind of invalidates other people's way of
Yeah, but I mean,
exploring it.
if you feel that way, you don't have to watch the press conference. Just read
Yeah,
stuff.
that's fine.
Well, yeah,
Like, I didn't
that's
watch
exactly
Ubisoft
what I did this year.
and Sony's because I was traveling, but yeah. It was kind
Yeah,
of
I
weird
just-
to hear about it on Twitter, like, oh snap, oh shit, like, what's going on? I don't know.
Did you see what I responded to you when you asked what happened at Sony?
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Surprised I didn't get tweets like, what happened at Sony, like, that would have been funny, but, yeah.
So
I
finally,
guess that Wikipedia article edit was pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
yeah, those edits
Back
are
credits article.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess is that it for Sony? Do we want to move
Let's
on to
talk about Nintendo, probably.
Let's move on.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
let's look
don't
at
really know what
Nintendo.
happened.
You know,
Let's not
Like,
forget
Internet
little Nintendo.
conference of Nintendo.
before we go, before they go to the games, I want to do my little rant.
All right, go
so
for
I can
it.
have my section.
Fine.
Rant.
That
Shoot.
that
Wait,
like
what?
the actual Reggie standing up on the stage talking. that portion of I'm not going to call it a press conference because like compared to Sony's, that ain't no fucking press conference. But-
That wasn't even the intent.
I know. But that little song and dance, that was and more than that, when they had Mario like talking to the journalists in the holding pen or whatever, that is the sound of a company that is lost in the woods, in the dark. They are cold, they are hungry, and they are scared. That is
I have a
the
question for
sound
all of you.
that you heard. What?
I have a question for all of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want to play the game?
Do you want to play?
Sure.
Play the game!
Play the game.
Play the
Wait,
game!
you think I'm playing?
It really seems
complain.
like
If
They
Reggie
are-
asks you to play a game, you don't say fucking no. You say yes.
That's
Yes,
why Reggie
Rick,
would
you would
fucking
have.
win.
it
Reggie
really
can take
seems
you by
like
your
they
hand.
are,
Give me that
like,
Bayonetta 2, I'll play it right now.
it seems
Yeah.
like they are struggling to just tread water. Like they are falling behind in this race really, really fast
Well,
and
like, I mean,
really hard.
They have
Look
to,
at-
because
Look at the
the
thing
new
that's
consoles are
exciting
coming
out of
out.
this stuff
Like,
that they're talking about. Like, the thing I'm excited about is the fact that they put Mega Man in Smash Brothers. Like,
Okay,
that's
you know
the
what?
thing I'm excited about from Nintendo. It's all gimmicks now. That's the thing.
Smash
like, they're
Brothers was never like a competitive fighting game or whatever, but now it's not even a game. Smash Brothers is a parade. The gameplay in Smash Brothers is just something to do while you're waiting for the character select screen to come back again. Like that is what Smash Brothers is
I'm fine
a
with
time
that.
killer when you're
I
waiting
just
for the character select screen. Like, and if that's your big announcement, I think you might have some serious problems.
I don't know, dude.
But
Smash
you can
is
play
fucking
as
huge.
the Wii
like,
Fit
if
lady.
you say Smash to certain people, like that could psych them. Like this is one of Nintendo's biggest franchises. Like
Yeah, but it's their biggest franchise. It's not built on necessarily being a fun game. It's built on just watching. On
I like Smash.
It's
I don't know.
fun.
I didn't
it's
realize.
fun to
Does
play.
anyone else like Smash here? Like I love.
I
Smash.
like it.
Like Smash.
There's no tripping in this
I
one,
don't
so it's
like
gonna
it
be
on
good,
the-
probably.
Yeah, they take
I don't
tripping
like it
out
on
and
a
shit.
Yeah, no
What
more
about-
tripping. Yeah, no more tripping.
It just seems like Nintendo is in a really, really bad spot. You know, I heard a lot of people saying like maybe they should just move out of hardware, or at least move out of home console hardware, and just
They probably
make
should.
games.
My problem with
think
Nintendo is that they put the best games on the 3DS. Like, imagine just having both of these on both systems because they're both
Yeah, but
they're both
you know why
basically the same thing. Because
you know
the
why
Wii
they're
U
putting
is
on
like
the
a big
3DS?
3DS. Yeah, it
Because
sells.
the 3DS's thing is selling. That's like
I
the
know,
Wii U
but it,
failed.
just-
you know.
I know, but imagine playing Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Wii U. Like that would have been way better, just technically.
Would have,
like,
but
they
no one
put
would have
their-
bought it.
I know, but they put their stock
no-
in 3DS and just abandoned the Wii U. Like, it's
Because
messed up.
no one
I
bought
would
it.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you buy
But they-
systems if you put games out. Like Luigi's Mansion 2 is awesome. Like someone will buy a Wii U for that. Like
Yeah, but
But
that's
we,
not a
but we
system
all
seller
know that
for
they
Wii U.
can't. We all know
like
that they
I
can't
wish
just
they
abandon
did the same
their,
thing with
the
Smash.
Wii U.
Like they're putting a 3DS one out for 3DS and for Wii U. Like if they did that for all their big games, and there would have been a ton of games for Wii U, just in general.
But we all know that they just can't just like abandon their Wii U. I mean, they can't just say, "Nope, sorry, just forget it. We're gonna call it a day and pack it up and go home."
Well, I
Not
don't
that
understand how they're abandoning the Wii U. There's like a 600% increase in excellent games.
Yeah,
that
now the
people
games are
excited for on the
coming.
Wii
You
U
know,
as
like
of
that
E3.
thing-
Yeah.
Yeah, but it took a year.
Yeah, no, you're right. It took way too long, but like now,
That's
this is not
sad,
the
but
time
that's
to be
not
saying the
the
Wii U
fact
is
with-
fucked. Like Bayonetta 2, The Wonderful 101, X,
Yeah,
Smash
Wonderful
Bros, Mario
101.
Kart 8, all
I
these
will
games look great. Right?
Preach that.
Donkey
game
Kong
that- so people-
Country Freeze.
Yeah, no, I'll skip that one. But like,
Tropical
In
Freeze.
fact,
I
like stuff
was
like Luigi's
disappointed
Mansion,
on that
why it's
initially, but I think I'm coming around to it after like hearing that David Wise is doing the music for it and to looking at some of the levels.
It's just, I don't know. I feel real bad for Nintendo.
They'll
I
be
really do.
they'll be okay if the Wii U fails, and we'll just have them just rely on the handheld stuff, which is doing fine for them in general.
You know, like the thing is that they can, but they won't release stuff like Luigi's Mansion on the Wii U exclusively nor concurrently because like it's a smaller and cheaper investment when you release it on a handheld.
Sure,
Like they would
but
have to like Smash Bros. Is like you said, it's a household name. Like that
Yeah.
shit is going to sell if they going whatever they do. Like Luigi's Mansion would actually cost some cash to do on the Wii U, like upres, etc.
But
etc.
they also made the not a Nintendo company do that. They put that out to second party, so
was
they
IS,
didn't really-
or who was it?
it was the guys that made the Punch Out for the Wii.
Next level games.
Oh yeah, that's right. No,
Yeah.
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 So they ported that, so it wouldn't have cost them that much. They just like gave Next Level like money and just support for that. Like my problem is that I don't think Nintendo planned out the Wii U like in general. Like they had some cool games up front, but then like nothing for like the past.
Yeah,
couple
like the
months.
Wii U really seems like, oh shit, like we have to show people stuff that we're doing anything.
Yeah, like
It almost seems like they released it like too early, right? Like now is when
Yeah,
they should have announced the
exactly.
Wii U with all these great games coming out. Whereas like before
But
it's
then
like,
how
oh, we
can
could
you-
play Monster Hunter.
But
then how
launch
can you-
lineups always suck.
but theirs was great, but then nothing happened for like 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
how
the
can
thing.
you
They didn't
show
have a
these
launch
games next
thing.
to the? How
They
can you
did.
show
They had
like Wii
New
U
Super
games
Mario
next to
Bros.
like Destiny
So that's
and next to Watch Dogs?
My problem isn't even with the fact that they should have released it now, but they should have stuff released right now, like in the window before next gen happens.
Yeah,
What if it's
They should have used
What if
this,
it's not as
these
polished
3
as it
months
would've
for that.
been if
My
they
biggest
took the
concern
time that they
for
always
Nintendo-
do on these games.
Because
My
you have
biggest-
stuff like Smash Bros coming out in the first quarter of next year.
Yeah,
like
that
you have
shit
a head.
should have-
You have a head
that
start.
shit should
use
have
it
come
to
out
your
in
advantage.
August.
This should have been their prime where they released all their big things now, because next gen's gonna come and then probably not a lot of people.
These
spend
things are
money
gonna
on
drown.
those.
These things are gonna drown. Like Smash Bros and shit should come out right just now, like August.
Yeah,
I mean, if nothing
Well,
else, think
Smash Bros.
about how
is gonna
Whatever,
Oh,
man.
right,
Wonderful
right.
101 coming out in September.
if nothing else, think about how the media.
That's not
is
a big
gonna
like
report it.
blockbuster thing.
Media,
That's
the
gonna
media
be
is
fine.
going to show people waiting in
It's not-
line for a PS4 and an Xbox One. They're not going to show people waiting in line for Mario Kart 8 because they're not going to be waiting in line for Mario Kart 8. I mean, that's
Oh, they will, but
They
it's not
will.
going to be a big amount.
Like Mario Kart 8's going to sell. Like
It's gonna be
Smash
huge.
It's going to
Bros. is
sell.
The
going
All
to
Wii
of
sell.
version
it's
sold
going
like
to
20
sell.
million copies. Like it's going to be a huge thing.
But the thing is that in the end, a lot of the people who buy a Nintendo console only buy a Nintendo console. You know, so
Yeah.
a fraction of the amount of people who bought the Wii U are only going to buy a Wii U, and they're not going to care about the Watch Dogs or Destiny or Titanfall or anything like that.
And the
But
casual
when-
market isn't really coming back either for Wii U.
Yeah.
I don't.
But the
Since
Nintendo
it's more-
diehards, never underestimate the Nintendo diehards, because when that new fucking Zelda game comes out, every single goddamn one of them's gonna buy it. When the new Mario Party comes out, they're all gonna buy it. You know,
Yeah,
like,
but I don't think that's.
I don't know
for
so much about
Nintendo to
the
stay
Nintendo.
alive, really.
as much as
Even Zelda doesn't really sell that much. Like
no,
Skyward
it-
Sword sold as
Not
much as
compared
Uncharted
to
3.
not compared to like I know we all hate it. I mean I don't hate it, but I mean I know not compared to Call of Duty. The sales numbers to Zelda and Call of Duty, it's not even comparable. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think
Zelda is
if-
just that thing that is guaranteed sales. Like that's a name that people will buy, but it's not a
yeah,
huge
exactly. But
blockbuster thing.
that's
if
what I'm saying.
every
Though.
if every one
It's
of these Nintendo
the other.
fanboys buys every one of these Nintendo products, I don't think that's enough to keep them alive.
I mean, look at the GameCube, right? Like
Exactly,
a pretty much
yeah.
a failure of a system. But the game that sold the GameCube was Smash Bros. Melee. I don't know if Smash Bros. Can do it again in this environment, and I don't think so personally.
Yeah, but
But,
the original Xbox
The
outsold
GameCube completely
the
changed when Smash came out. So
That is true, but over its entire life, it was the third place in that generation. I mean, Xbox.
oh yeah, but
the
Nintendo
first
might be happy
Xbox
with third
outsold.
place based on their performance. They'd be lucky to stay in the race at all at this point.
I
Yeah,
agree.
like,
That's I mean, I
Being the
agree.
GameCube is like good now because the Wii U is just going to be
Yeah.
like the Saturn probably at this
Go
point.
back to making trading cards, Nintendo.
Well, I mean, Pokemon cards probably did pretty well for them.
They actually don't sell Pokemon cards. That's another company.
whatever. There were games from Nintendo that looked
Yeah,
fine
the
to
license.
me, and I am
Yeah.
content with that.
Yeah,
I,
like,
I cannot care less about how well it sells over
Exactly.
its life.
So
if there's a
clearly
game I
GameCube
want,
wants
I will
extra
play it,
player.
even
They
for
did
me it's
be
getting the
fucking
console
excited.
that
Yeah,
Well,
is
but
on.
you know,
Which is
you
really
know, like-
which is really bad considering that there are some Xbox One games I want to get, but I don't necessarily want to get with all the shitty policies they have.
Same here. That's my
Yeah.
conflict right now.
Yeah,
The only
I don't
one
care about
is-
supporting one another. I just want all the systems and games that I want.
I think really Nintendo is, like we said earlier, is just going to go straight into 3DS. I mean, they're going to support the Wii U a little bit, but in the end, I think it's the 3DS all the way.
Nah,
You know,
I
mean,
Pretty much
they'll
agree.
support
I
the Wii U
know.
for a long time, but
Well, I
It's
mean,
not
I
gonna
mean they're
be a
going to
huge
support
thing.
it, but the 3DS is going to be their focus because I mean,
Yeah.
everywhere I go, I see kids like messing around with 3DS. They're using it in like a place of a phone, taking pictures and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
but-
3DS in public
Yeah.
once. I've never seen a Vita.
me too.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a
Yeah.
Vita, but I've never seen
Yeah.
someone else with one.
Man, remember when 3DS launched and people were all questioning whether or not this would last or like be as big of a hit, and now look, a few years later.
Yeah, 3DS
Exactly.
is-
Like
Yeah,
is
but
still
remember
down.
yes,
Well.
they see the Wii U right now. Like
But remember when DS or really
Nintendo
DS
could-
Lite launched and like you saw them everywhere?
yeah.
DS crushing it with good
Yeah,
games,
man.
man.
I see I
Like,
see a 3DS like on
Poor
occasion pretty
PS2.
often.
3DS is
Yeah,
not
never-
going to be as big as a DS, but it's still
No.
pretty successful. Like it
Yeah.
has 10 million sold, so it's
They
pretty
would need
successful.
3 screens to do it.
I mean, like,
Um,
look, we all know at the end of the next generation, the Wii U is going to have like 10 to 15 excellent games you'll want to play, just like the Wii
Yeah.
did.
That'll
Well,
all
yeah.
be made by
Why
that'll
just
all
go
be
wait,
made by
2.5
Nintendo.
years for 10 to
Which
15?
is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine for players, but from a like for
Marketing.
the company's bottom line, like that doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Well, the problem is
Nintendo doesn't
uh,
make sense in general. Like
Yeah, well,
No,
Nintendo
they don't.
is
Try to
chasing,
stand it, man.
Nintendo has like ever since the NES, they've been chasing that dragon. They've been making the same games over and over again, and it's been successful because the people who grew up in the '80s saw the Super Nintendo or whatever, or the GameCube, said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy that for my kid because my kid played I played Mario when I was a kid. I want my kid to play Mario as a kid." So they're running out of time though, because sooner or later, like the kids who grew up playing the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation and the Xbox or whatever are going to have kids. And
Well, but
then
now-
they're going to be like, I want to get my kid an Xbox so he can play Halo as a kid. Like I played Halo when I was a kid. The problem
Yeah,
is they're
but
running
see-
out of time to keep chasing that dragon. As time goes on, less and less people grew up with those fond memories of Nintendo games, and more grew up with fond memories on other systems.
Well, yeah, but see, but
Yeah,
I think what is a bigger threat to that is that now those kids, like we all grew up playing Nintendo games when we were like 7 and 8, but now 7 and 8-year-olds are growing up playing Angry Birds,
That's
which
what
is
I'm
like
saying.
the furthest
What a
thing away
sad
from.
state you live in.
But
Well-
that's exactly what I'm saying, is that they keep trying to chase after this childhood fantasy that people would buy again, but they're running out of kids that had that childhood fantasy, because as time goes on, more of those kids played something else.
But Nintendo stuff is like iconic. Like Mario will never go away, no matter how bad you want it to.
It is. But
Even Sonic has somehow still stayed relevant. And
again,
kids
like
still
I
love
said,
Sonic for
and
some
most
reason.
recent
But that's-
games have actually been kind of okay.
But that's
sure.
to us. Like
I
Mario
don't
is
know
still
about that.
awesome.
It's not like
So,
Galaxy, like that term, but
Yeah.
Whatever, they aren't like bottom of the barrel like Sonic 06 or some
Yeah.
garbage like that.
Sonic 06.
Well,
They've
whatever.
improved
Alright.
relative.
All right, we've shat all over Nintendo now. Should we move on to?
Yeah, I
Microsoft?
barely shat on it just because I don't really care.
I
much
know.
like
I know.
I mean, I get can kind of see like what you were describing by thinking, like Nintendo at E3 like gave the impression that they kind of didn't know what they're doing. And I can understand it, though. My personal take on it is that maybe they just kind of don't care so much about E3, just because in the last few years, any of their big, exciting or like big major announcements have been in the Nintendo Directs. They've not been at E3. So I think this just kind of like further pushes that. Yes, like there obviously there's like problems with the Wii U, but that's like a whole other issue that I think is unrelated to.
It's also a lot
part of
cheaper
their
to not rent a studio space for E3 and
Yeah,
broadcast it all over the internet, especially for a company that doesn't have a lot of money right now, and especially after a system completely bombed on them.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily that they don't care about E3; it's that they don't have the money to care about E3.
Also,
Yeah.
E3 is kind of stupid. Like Nintendo's kind of smart for.
You could just go back to my rant.
Conclusion.
Yeah,
Earlier in the
E3
show,
like
you'll see
like
why.
games and all that. Like E3 is just really a stupid idea. Like Nintendo was pretty smart about like
Yeah.
just
That's just
doing a Nintendo Direct.
Hey, it's a trade show, and in the end, that's
It's
By
for
this thing.
it's for
Yeah,
companies.
they have to
Stop.
appease the retailers and other people in the industry.
Well, it's for like industry people to like go and meet up and talk about shit more than anything else. I'm sure.
Not really. Now they're just cosplayers and like
in
weird
the case
YouTube
of,
personalities are there now. So I don't even know what
Yeah,
E3
apparently
is.
anyone
There
can get
damn
in.
well better not be any cosplayers at E3.
Yeah, Red Black, fucking
Did anyone
slaughter those motherfuckers.
watch that Game Informer video that had the infamous Google Glass butt thing?
No,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's a part in that where they see a guy in like full frickin' Nintendo cosplay, and they go up to ask him about like just expecting some really dumbass response, and the guy is super smart and super enlightened.
I'll get fucked.
A really good response to them.
Yeah.
I gotta check this out.
Yeah. It's weird that we're reaching that point, like the cosplayer is I'd say
Yeah,
that,
and the
like,
YouTube personalities, like anyone could
They-
get into E3 now, basically.
and they know what they're talking about too. That's what's awesome.
Well,
You
not
know?
like the dumb like YouTube personalities. Also
Well, there
fun.
are dumb, but I mean, there are people out there. I mean, they're still cosplaying. They're still a little weird. They're not super professional, but they know what the
no,
fuck
not
they're talking
professional at
about.
all. But
Yeah.
my point just at E3, I don't know who that
Generous.
is for anymore. Really. Yeah.
Yeah,
Super professional is being pretty generous.
I'm just trying to be polite.
I can't believe this bias you got on here. Some
Yeah.
person.
Some
You're gonna tell me
cosplaying
that, like,
bias.
you were surprised that a
Cosplayist.
woman knew what she was talking about at E3.
Costumist.
I was pretty stoked that I saw a black guy on stage during Microsoft's.
Yeah, until you made that fucking rape joke, right?
Until that, but it was just
that
like
rape
cool. It's
joke.
like finally, I
My
can't remember.
worst part of E3 was that rape joke in general.
I didn't catch
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
know.
thank goodness I didn't watch the press conferences.
Personally, I think the worst part of
Women in gaming, guys.
Personally, I think
Yeah.
the worst part of E3 was the Rise trailer. Talk about this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, god damn.
I
that
was pumped for Rise, and then I saw
Me
that.
too.
Man.
I would have loved
Yeah,
the Roman just
saw
hack and slash
gameplay.
game, but just QTEs all over the place. Like, ugh.
You know, I'd like a Roman hack.
The only
and slash
interesting
based on
thing
Roman
about that
mythology.
demo was the
not
the
the
mechanics. Like
Oh,
the
God.
only interesting thing they showed from that demo, I thought that was like neat and kind of, I guess, like authentic to like the experience they're trying to like replicate, was the whole like like having your soldiers like plant their shields and
They
the
fucking
stuff.
made the opening to Saving Private Ryan in Rome.
Exactly. That's exactly
That's
what
all
they
they
did.
They wanted to be
I
metal.
heard actually that it, like, behind closed doors, it actually did show a lot better. They showed other stuff than what was in that trailer. But God, that trailer just
Yeah.
ugh,
That was terrible.
Yeah.
foul
Hey.
taste in my mouth.
Hey, Ghost, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I didn't like about this year's E3?
What
Why
did
are you
not
talking
like?
so awkwardly?
Shut
Because
up,
they-
because he's my bro and he's talking. Tell me, Akbar.
I
Bros
was really
just doing what bros do, homie.
Exactly. Red and Black knows where it's at. Now
He's
go
bro
on.
with them, man. They didn't show the best game this year, that Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah, I was
That-
hoping that they will show the Call of Duties.
It looks hella sick, and we can kill all the noobs, bro.
And it has the doggies.
Ha ha
Yay,
ha ha!
doggies.
I love the
Tell me
dog.
when I can play as a dog in multiplayer, and I'm in.
Oh.
Apparently, you can play as a dog and
I know you can play as a dog, but you can't like actually
Wait,
play
you
as a
can
dog.
play as
you
a
know?
fucking dog?
Yeah, it's like in the campaign.
Oh my
You
god,
control
really?
it. You don't
Next
actually
gen
play as a
co-op,
dog,
bro.
You know what I mean? If you listen to the
I
podcast, I
can-
talk
I'm
about
gonna-
You can
I'm gonna
bite
get it.
people's necks and stuff.
Dude, we can
This
the
be...
actually
line
might actually
between-
make me buy this game.
The line between whether I want to play this game or not is getting blurrier and blurrier
I
as
play as-
Akbar,
stuff
Akbar,
is-
Akbar,
Yeah,
Akbar.
bro. Yeah,
You
bro.
can be the dog now, man.
It's just
Wow.
like last
Alright, that
night.
was
bro.
nice.
Highlight.
Oh.
You
And
remember?
that was
So, yeah.
E3.
Stilted bro dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot that they actually showed 2 Battlefield 4 demos. They showed a single player one, and then they showed that awesome multiplayer one.
I
I
thought
had
that
totally
was
forgotten about the
incredible.
single player one.
Quite a
Because who
few
gives a
have-
shit about the single player in Battlefield
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
That was really
Fuck
fun
that.
watching that tank
Battlefield 4
fall into the
period.
fucking subway.
Yeah,
That looked
yeah.
better than any of that scripted shit that they showed during the campaign.
And a fucking
And-
building falling. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I was more impressed with the tank falling through the
Yeah.
subway. I
That's
think
true.
that
I was more impressed with just the elevator. You just go up to the 20th floor or whatever. That, like,
I want to see what happens if you're in the elevator and the building falls.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I mean, my issue.
That's
with
an
this
awesome
is-
kill cam.
My issue with this is like if that building falls in every multiplayer match, like then you've
It's gonna
basically
be-
just made 9/11 into boring.
Now, what if every single,
Yeah.
Now, what if you can go into every single one of those buildings and every single one of those buildings?
Oh, I know there's gonna be a terrible YouTube video where someone crashes the jet into the building or whatever.
You say
that's
terrible,
not
I say awesome.
No, but seriously, what if every single one of those buildings you can go inside of and every single one they can blow up?
That would be awesome.
Then we're talking
Yeah.
about a PC game.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about PC again. Well, unless there's one built floor for each building. Like, you can only
Yeah.
go on one floor.
Mm.
I mean, well, yeah. I don't know.
EA's best thing was Mirror's Edge, right?
I don't know about that. That Battlefield looked pretty good.
I was kind of
I-
stoked for Battlefront.
Mirror's Edge
Yeah.
like got
Yeah,
everybody
Battlefront's always
excited.
my
Mirror's
pick
Edge got everybody
for PS3.
excited, but like they didn't show
I
enough.
wish I could be excited about Mirror's Edge too, but I just can't help but think about like whether or not like they find like another way to muck it up because of EA.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
Right.
the best
Although-
sequels are from games that are flawed like that. So
It's not a
I'm
sequel.
Yeah.
hopeful.
Yeah.
Reboot.
It's
but
reboot,
it's
bro.
kind, it's
It's
kind
not
of
Mirror's Edge.
it's a new Mirror's Edge
Oh.
game. It's my
Yeah.
point.
It's just
And
they didn't show
Rihanna
enough in
Pratchett
that
is not
trailer.
writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Whatever.
I'm interested in how Dragon Age Inquisition is going to work. It's obviously going to be a next gen.
All
console,
right. Morrigan, huh?
Yeah, I'll play that. Shit.
But isn't it? It's
You
on
guys
next gen
pretty down
consoles.
on
isn't
Dragon
it?
Age, I know that, but it's a good game, man. So
It is a good game.
even 2 is like okay. I'm kind of coming
How,
around on it.
how,
Ghost maybe
how
play
are
it.
your choices going to transfer over from 1 to 2 to 3?
they won't.
Poorly at best.
The same way they did in Mass Effect, which is...
Yeah, iffy.
Yeah, but the problem is that this is on a different system entirely.
All right.
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen
that's...
folks play a motion
yeah,
comic,
that's-
man.
They won't. There won't be
Motion
any
com-
choices anymore. They'll say,
So,
fuck it.
like, Alistair just never shows up again.
That'd be. I
Even-
wish. I don't like.
And
him.
then your baby you had with Morgan, even though you could potentially not have that baby, that's
Spoilers,
just gonna
God.
happen.
Play as the baby. Who fucking knows? Like,
The
You
baby
probably
exists,
are
whatever.
going to play as a kid. You know that, right?
yeah, like
The
it's
main
gotta be it,
character is
right?
going
And
to be
Morgan's
a
the
kid.
same age because she's a witch. Of course, she's the same age. You know, like.
Yeah.
Or if you can have sex with her again and then like have double Morgan baby.
But only one of them is the god baby.
Incest, but
Only one's the god baby.
yeah. Well, wouldn't you become like the archdemon? Maybe that's the whole premise. Is like you gain control of the Darkspawn as the like archdemon incarnate baby. That'd be kind of
So
cool.
it's the plot of Diablo 2 before Diablo 2 happens.
Sure.
The lead up plot to Diablo 2.
The dark one.
Wait,
Garden Warfare.
No, wait, just real. I want to talk about that, but time out. Did anyone catch that they said in Diablo 3 for PS3 you'll be able to get like PlayStation exclusive items?
Uncharted.
Yeah, I've seen the
Uncharted amulet and the weapons from Ratchet and Clank or something like that.
It was,
And
I
the
believe
thing
it's
from
a
Journey,
necklace
apparently.
and a ring, and they give
Wait,
you like
the thing
XP
from
bonus.
Journey?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
cape or
there's a
something.
Oh,
shoulder
how'd you-
journey. Yeah, you're right.
Wait,
I want
wait,
I want that cape.
I know that's so crazy to me.
I want that cape.
what'd you guys think about the gritty reboot of Journey that they showed in the Microsoft press conference?
Yes, that was
Hello?
hilarious.
That was a
game
cool
comp-
trailer. Just
That game
overall.
company actually acknowledged that.
Yeah.
They did write on Facebook
That's pretty
that,
great.
that
It's
they're
great
mak-
because
that
it's like
someone's
the-
making a sequel.
It's like the smallest, indiest game possible being like rendered in that super high quality, like biggest game. Like I don't know, it was just really
Yeah.
It's like the weirdest homage in the weirdest place.
Yeah.
And it
I
was
don't
all
even think they
incredible.
thought about it. I don't know.
Like I would expect that.
No,
like,
I think they
example,
did.
Well, there's no way no
Sony
one
unveils
knows.
I don't know.
Sony
That was-
unveils Uncharted 4 and disguise it as a new Journey, but not Microsoft.
Well, that was the famous, like, I want to make a game with no machine guns, and then they just apply that skin to Halo, which is nothing but machine guns.
Yeah,
I think that's-
but he was holding his dog tags. That means he's deep introspective now. He doesn't know who he is.
Isn't that Cortana's like thing or something?
It's like as deep as the intro to Crisis 3, which is not
Yeah.
very.
I mean, I think it was Cortana's like.
Also, it's super similar to the intro to Crisis 3 because he's like wandering through. Well, not really. He's floating through space. And he looks at his dog tags and he's like, "How much have I sacrificed?"
That's in every military movie, probably.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
at your dog tag.
So Crisis 3 looks pretty fucking good when you have a Titan. By the way,
I
Is
bet.
it fun to play?
it's a nice looking
Too bad
game.
it doesn't improve the game.
Still not a
Yeah,
good
you know
game,
what?
but like it
Crisis,
looks.
those games are fine. Like that's
Yeah,
yeah,
it's fine. It's like a.
That first one
Two
was-
shit.
I
That
was
first
playing
one was
through it,
awesome.
right? And I'm thinking about like, I'm like, is this like? So people talk about Half-Life 2 being a great game. I'm like, this is basically just like the same as Half-Life 2.
Well,
It's
Half-Life
pretty
2
good.
was great because what it did when it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it kind of changed
Still
the
great.
It kind of changed the grammar of video games.
I
Like
think
it
it's
stopped.
totally fine
It
game.
stopped being like, okay, well, let's think about what an office building would look like, and let's think about what this specific office building at this specific time
Yeah.
and place.
Let's not try and abstract it with like this old limited hardware that we have.
Yeah.
Also, physics!
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
those
pretty sure
are
it's cool.
those
Like you don't
cool
have to,
physics
just
puzzles.
shoot your way through
Put
everything.
the,
Although you
put the
probably
bricks on the
anything.
plank in order to like like make the other end stick up and then get on top of the ledge.
Oh, the simple puzzles, yeah, man. That
Oh,
shit-
so
So whatever. There's still more
Guys,
fun
phase
physics stuff
two.
that you can do.
I remember doing that puzzle in the sewers. I was like, holy shit! I've never seen anything like this.
That'd be
Oh,
so
it was
stu-
amazing.
It'd be so stupid if you played a physics puzzle right now, like in
I know,
a modern
right?
military game, and you solve the physics
Yeah.
puzzle.
In playing, like, what is this?
Yeah.
All right,
So, yeah,
playing.
Also, the driving that game sucked.
Also, Red and Black, being Red and Black when I talk about the game of the show,
Yeah, which is.
Plants vs Zombies Garden fucking Warfare.
I thought that looked like that.
I
Absolutely
wish
looked
that was
amazing.
the full title, including the fucking.
Yeah, you got it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Like when the
That looked
when,
pretty fun.
when the disco
It did look
zombie
fun.
like spun around with the disco ball, like that looked so cool to just be a part of. Like I want to be a part of that game.
Yeah.
Whatever that game's doing, I want to be a part of it.
If it's co-op, I'm interested.
I hope you
fun.
can get hats for your plants.
I hope it's
Microtransactions, EA and
Free to play.
microtransactions, absolutely.
You know
I'm-
what? If it's for the sake of getting hats on your plants, I'm okay with that.
hats
Yeah.
on your plants.
Can I get a Doritos Pope hat?
FedEx
Sure.
Pope.
How much do I have to
FedEx
pay Jeff Keighley for my Doritos Pope hat?
Man, I'm just thinking about just how many times he's been bombarded with that, and just how he feels. Probably nothing.
Probably thinks it's pretty funny.
It's one of those
Yeah,
things-
yeah. I mean, I think it's funny. I did not take it to be like any sort of like malice towards him. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
it's
Jeff
like-
Keighley's pretty much a hard ass anyway. It's not like he's gonna get like, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
hurt about the Doritos Pope thing. Like, whatever. He's probably like, yeah, it's fucking
I mean,
awesome.
Hey, he's only really good for hammering Reggie during interviews.
Yeah.
I found.
That was a brutal
It's one-
interview.
And-
Plants
Don't
vs.
mention-
Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies is one of those things where it's like, it seems like a terrible idea. Like we take
then
this
it- but then
cartoon
it
tower
works.
defense game.
It
Yeah,
seems like
but-
the most
but
sinister
they-
idea of combining like all of EA's like just their whole synergy is just really sounds
Exactly. But
Just
then they
shameless.
they leaned into it so hard and were like, no, let's. Okay, fine. First-person shooter, Plants vs. Zombies. Let's make this fucking awesome. Like, let's.
Yeah.
This is good.
Take
We're
it
going to make this
completely
good.
seriously.
Yeah.
It was just nice to see
I'm
like
psyched.
a game from them that was like creative and new and not like modern military bro shoot. You know, like I don't know, it looks cool.
Also,
the,
Peggle 2.
the cactus shoots
Peggle
fucking
2.
sniper needles.
I thought Peggle 2 already came out. I guess I was thinking of Peggle Knights. My mistake.
That's basically Peggle 2, kind of.
Mm. I like Peggle.
I really like that the
Peggle's
Sunflower
awesome.
reloaded by shoving its face into the sun.
Yeah, like
Sunflower looked
yeah,
awesome.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like throws back his head and just
Yeah.
laughs.
That was so
Yay!
That's EA.
Murder.
5 seconds of an AT-AT's foot in Battlefront.
Yeah, awesome.
I mean, I think if Battlefront is on the scale that I would like it to be, I can't wait to play that shit.
I liked the Battlefront.
Yeah, I like you a lot.
That showed, like,
Are you okay?
You okay?
Are you having an episode or something? What's going on?
I was sitting on a remote, and then my TV just turned on, and then, like, on full blast, it was just a bunch of Hawaiians doing a native Hawaiian dance. Really fat Hawaiians. And it was...
Oh, wow.
I thought you just really, really liked Battlefront.
Oh, I love Battlefront.
I think
Yeah,
he's
and you
just,
had an
I-
orgasmic experience.
freaking out.
Yeah,
and, like,
I just become hysterical
Oh,
when
Battlefront.
I had a lot of fun with Battlefront. I hope
Yeah,
Conquest
it's really
comes
fun.
back.
So time
If
until
any-
Hoth level. I'll play Hoth level.
Did any? Of you
I
guys
love
really-
that they got the EA license just to make another Hoth level.
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep the tradition up. You know?
Yeah.
Off level
But-
is eternal.
But did you guys ever play Conquest mode on Battlefront 2?
Yeah, definitely.
It was not awesome. Like that was,
Yeah, it was.
like
Those
seriously
whole
cool.
games were awesome.
Those
Yeah.
games were great. They're just great games, yeah.
And I hope they go more with that because it was this cool idea of like kind of like chess mixed with like a bit of a.
The only thing that sucks is I have to play like on fucking Origin, but like whatever, I'll play
Oh,
on it.
yeah, that's right.
That's
turn-based
true.
strategy that you then you. Do you think
I
they're
wish
gonna
EA
go?
would stop making awesome games. So
No.
never
Yeah, I
do
know. I
it.
hate having to
Yeah.
use Origin, man.
Wish they'd go back to Steam.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
Nope.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think they're going to go with? What LucasArts was originally planning for Battlefield 3 with? You know, the whole like being able to land on a planet and then fly off of it in a spaceship.
That'd be awesome if they did.
That'd be great.
I doubt it. Like DICE is. I don't know if that's their whole like thing. Like
It's probably just gonna be like Battlefield 3 with
Yeah,
Star Wars, which is
Battlefield with
fine,
Star
right?
Wars.
Because like that'd be awesome anyway. But like, you know,
Yeah.
as long as the melee
would look
combat with
amazing on
lightsabers is
Frostbite.
cool, like, and I can play
Yeah.
like the dual wielding lightsabers, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, like, I hope they fix the jumping a little bit. The jumping in BF2 and as a Jedi was kind of like completely nuts. You just like fly
Yeah.
the entire level.
I hope they kind of keep the kind of crazy stuff that they had in
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 with the whole like Rebels versus Wampas and
yeah,
Imperials versus Ewoks.
I just want to be able to play as what's that? What's the four-armed droid general? I can't remember. I'm forgetting his name.
General
Grievous.
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 Yeah,
Yeah,
Grievous.
Grievous.
I want to be able to play as Grievous. He's awesome.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I want to play as Jar Jar Binks. That's annoying me.
Of course you fucking would. Jesus Christ.
I wish she had a
Jar Jar
button.
Binks-
Just memorable
Jar Jar
quotes of
Binks
Jar Jar
is the
Binks.
Dan of Battlefront.
I hope that when EA does the inevitable Star Wars MOBA, there is Jar Jar Binks as a playable character.
Yeah,
He's
and
Goblin
completely
Techie, though.
useless.
Jar
Star
Jar
Wars
Binks is the Dan of the Star Wars video fighting game.
Briefly
and
into
his ult-
MOBAs.
And his ultimate is Order 66 or whatever, because like when you think about it, he ultimately was the one that like basically gave the go ahead for Order 66 to wipe out all the Jedi because he was in the
Wait,
freaking
Okay,
council.
we're getting way too deep into Star Wars.
Yeah,
so I
way
have
too much
No
Star
idea what
Wars.
we're talking about.
I kind of hate Star Wars, so yeah.
Briefly
Yeah.
into MOBAs.
Wait,
how
hold on.
I only
shitty-
really know that just because like from an analysis that
Just
pointed
want
out.
to say, in the Senate scene when they're talking about executing Order 66, you can see ET.
Briefly, just about MOBAs. How shitty did that Marvel MOBA that they showed for like 10 seconds look?
Marvel MOBA.
Marvel.
Infinite Crisis.
Isn't there a
DC
DC one
Or
and
was
a
it
Marvel
DC?
one now?
That was DC, yeah.
Akbar,
I'm
we're
pretty
gonna
sure
play
there's
it.
one for Marvel announced as well, though.
Are we gonna play a MOBA?
We're gonna play that Infinite
Or just
Crisis
like
because
those
I just
two.
want to play as Captain Marvel.
Wait, Infinite
fine.
Crisis?
You can be Zatanna, dude.
Wait,
I
what?
thought you. But for some reason, I thought
Okay.
you meant Incredible
You sold me.
Crisis.
You,
I was
honest, you
like
sold me.
confused.
Eh.
Yes. I would much rather play that.
I played Incredible Crisis at MOBA. So I'm at level 26
Oh,
today,
God.
though.
Oh, you know what?
My ultimate is summoning a giant globe that rolls after you, yeah. So.
Yeah.
speaking of one thing, I forgot to talk about for Nintendo. Pikmin fucking 3.
Yeah.
That game
about
looks
it?
really nice.
Great.
Mhm.
Looks fun. I don't like that they went cartoony instead of the super hyper-realistic look that I had for Pikmin 2.
I'm
But
not sure if it's hyper realistic, but
it was supposed to be like really photorealistic, and it kind of looked like
I want
clay.
Crisis 3 with Pikmin.
Also, new
That-
Yoshi's Island, ditching the
That
coloring
looked
book
ugly.
style.
It looked ugly. Like the graphics did not look well
And it looked
on
just
that.
gross. I mean, the game's
Yeah.
like, right? But like, God, ugh. It looked even worse than Yoshi Island
101
regular.
in Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, Bayonetta 2 looks fucking amazing.
It looks
Yeah.
Crazy.
I haven't even seen any
I-
real gameplay yet.
One thing I was
Oh,
very
God,
pleased to
dude,
see.
it looks
with-
way
one
faster
thing I was
than
very
Bayonetta.
pleased. One thing I was very pleased to see with like Wonderful 101 was like with the box art and seeing, because like in the trailer that they introduced their fourth hero, Wonder Eyes Pink. And like after I saw the trailer, I was thinking, man, hopefully they have like a Wonder Eyes Yellow and then like a mysterious Six Ranger equivalent that joins them halfway through. And I looked at like the box art they posted, fucking Wonder Eyes Yellow is there, and
Oh, yeah,
another
it's
like Wonder
obviously-
Eyes that is like silver, and I assume is going to be the Sixth Ranger.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And
I
like,
love
this
Super
is
Sentai,
awesome.
so
This is
I
hitting
can't wait
all
for
the
the
right
blatant
notes.
Super Sentai references.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting picture you listed. Link there, Ghost. So I like to say about Bayonetta 2 is I really like her haircut
Yeah.
because I like that
Yeah,
haircut.
me too.
Like,
Like, I-
girls.
Their haircut's
I like short
Does her
hair.
hair still turn into dragons?
It
Pretty
does.
Okay.
And even in the demo, like it kind of, I guess it goes rogue and like knocks out Jane's soul, and then you have to like fight it as you're like flying up the giant skyscraper.
You have to. Your
But
hair
is
goes
Go
rogue.
to church to a two-headed dragon or not?
I don't know, like one of the infernal demons she summoned, like for whatever reason, I think just started acting on its own, and then you have to fight it.
What happens when your hair goes against everything you stand for?
Beat the shit out of it, and then send it back to hell.
Ask Jeff Gerstmann. It seems to be happening to him quite a bit lately.
Oh,
Drop a bomb on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those games look really, really good.
Yeah, I think I want a Wii U just to play that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So anything else from? Oh, we didn't really talk about Ubisoft.
I want to talk about X from Nintendo. That game looks fucking incredible.
Is
Ubisoft.
there anything else from EA?
The Division.
I know you guys hate X and Xenogears and Xenosaga, but
The Division looks cool.
I just hate Xenosaga. I am like willing to give X a chance so long as it plays differently.
well,
I mean,
it's-
they're
it's
giant
probably
robots
based on
with concepts.
Xenoblade. So if you don't like Xenoblade, don't play X. But
I mean, Xenoblade is whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xenosaga is a goddamn masterpiece.
Of course you'd say that.
I am the Xenosaga fan, so yeah, of course. I think Xenogears is probably the best of the series.
Okay.
So the Division guys.
Yeah, well, Division looks awesome.
Ubisoft
Play that.
Ubisoft is playing the Ron Paul nightmare role in modern video games.
They really are.
Cyber terrorism.
They've banked on that Libertarian Party. For
The
sure.
money is poisoned.
Don't touch the money.
It's only greatest people.
Once the money is poisoned, then the economy will collapse. Then all the oil will be dried up. And then everything else bad could happen is going to happen. And we'll all play each other.
Question for Ubisoft.
And play our
What
games.
if I use a credit card?
The credit cards
You've
are
won.
covered in rice. Once you put them through the slider, everything explodes.
Well,
and then
the credit card
economy
just means
That's
you're
the
already
twist,
under
you
control
stupid
by the
shit.
man.
You're looking for the only credit card in the world.
It's like the Book of Eli, except instead of the Bible, it's
Yeah.
It's a credit
But it's
card with
a-
like
It's a
an
MasterCard,
infinite
yeah.
Whatever, man. That'd be great
MasterCard.
product placement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
I
Yeah, the
thought
Division.
I thought it looked awesome.
It looks
I mean,
incredible.
It
On a
did.
visual level, it looked great. I wasn't quite clear how the tablet stuff.
I've actually not seen the demo. I think I just kind of skipped over just because of like I heard it was like this sort of like paranoia filled dystopia future or
You
whatever.
have to
similar
go-
to
yeah,
that.
I
That's
didn't
really
really
cool.
pay attention. I was too busy converting all of my funds into gold and burying them in my backyard.
Yeah.
I'm too busy
Am I
destroying
weird?
security
Am I
cameras.
weird that the thing that excited me the most about the Division was that when one of the characters was leaned over a car's cover, and when he moved to the side of that car, he closed the door.
Oh, those
No, I mean
bullshit.
just on
That-
a visual level.
That
like,
that small
clarity
shit is
and
what really
fidelity
excites me in video
looked
games.
amazing. It looked
And that is
amazing.
next gen. Like, Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the insides and outside of that looks incredible. Like
Yeah.
no game today can do that really. Like,
Can't wait to play all this shit on
like
PC.
like
It
some
looks so
people
fucking
are
good.
like questioning like why do we even need a next gen? But then you realize if you like put this stuff side by side, you actually see that there is a market improvement, even
and
though
even just like the mechanics.
even
like,
though the launch lineup is never indicative of what the full power of a console can do.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and you also have to realize
No.
that as we get closer and closer to like the best looking possible, it gets smaller and smaller. The Elite.
Yeah. I mean, like
this
always,
is a
I mean,
full open
yeah.
like thing. Like it's not
Yeah.
just
I mean, like it doesn't like completely wow me, like just like blow me away or whatever. But yeah, even then, like you look
You know
closely,
what-
you can't see the difference.
But you know what really blew me away, at least in terms of graphics looks?
Mhm.
Destiny. Destiny looked
Yeah, I was about to bring that
Yeah, it
up.
looks
Destiny
good.
looked
Yeah.
amazing, except that on a lot of those PS4 games, they had real frame rate problems and stutters.
I
And, like
think-
Assassin's
I think
Creed
that
just
was
crashed.
more-
and, like,
I think
Destiny,
that was
like-
more on the build and then just the capture setup that they had there.
yeah, I mean maybe, but also
Because
most of Destiny you were walking very slow in that demo.
But
Yeah.
that's also
that's
a
Bungie games in general.
Yeah, that's
I would
kind of
say
jump
after-
like,
after
Destiny
the,
looks cool, but I'm not a fan of Halo.
Hey,
so,
you know what?
But,
After
not Halo.
Marathon, they
No.
kind of like slowed down because Marathon was pretty much as fast as humanly possible for some reason.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? The comparisons are unavoidable. We have to talk Destiny versus Titanfall.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
more
it's-
excited for
I mean,
Titanfall
there's
It's kind
only
of
that
hard
simple.
to really compare those two games.
because
Well,
60 frames per
it's just-
second
it's
and
just-
robots.
It's
Well,
the next
Destiny
game
60
from the
frames
people
per
who
second,
made
too.
such
That's what they said.
revered first-person shooters. Like
Yeah, sure.
Well, they're both
kind of the
the
same
first
story.
version two
Yeah,
companies that
Destiny's like a co-op
reinvent-
game, and Titanfall's a versus game, so it's like okay.
And there's no loot or RPG
Yeah.
stuff in Titanfall.
I mean, I plan to play both.
Giant
on
robots.
PC if
You think
possible.
there isn't, but there is.
That
One-
Titanfall.
you kill the other robot, you loot his power battery, and then you put it into yours. And then
That's
you say,
Titanfall demo.
a battery.
Absolutely.
Like I watched like the demo for Titanfall. Like it was on Gamer's side, which is like pretty great if you just want to like get 60 frames per second video, which you can't really get on YouTube.
Yeah.
And just watching that's just the crazy stuff. Like, well, for one, I dig giant robots, so that's already a plus.
You
but
don't
then
think
all
we
the
all
other-
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys trust me. You guys don't like giant robots like me in Alaska do.
I
Probably
I
not.
love me some.
We have a very specific love for giant robots.
Hey, Nick.
yeah.
Me too.
I literally yelled when I saw the Pacific Rim trailer at the Man of Steel premiere
Me too.
Yeah,
because giant robots are fucking awesome.
yeah.
They're awesome.
But like,
How many seasons of Gundam have you personally seen?
None, but I've watched Burn the Can a bunch of
exactly.
times.
I have seen some old Gundam.
I've watched
Shin
all
Mazinger
of Big
is,
O,
like, the
and
most amazing odd-blooded super robot show I've probably seen.
Megas XLR was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Eva is pretty good for giant robots, although not really robots. Spoilers.
It's
Hey,
alright.
you know what's it's weird for me? I absolutely love the mech stuff in Titanfall, but you know what stuff I'm really excited about? The free running.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that looks
that's
awesome.
what I like. Just the maneuverability as the pilot.
I
That's-
really liked how
that's-
fast that was, and I like how they. If you guys watched the after the stream stuff at the Giant Bomb had, like one of the developers said, like they don't really get why people were going upstairs when they said you just
Yeah.
jump up, run on the side of the wall, and do like a flip
Yeah.
off of it.
It's
You know,
it's
that
it's
excites
like,
me.
apparently.
like watching the gameplay as the pilot kind of like gave me like some good vibes of when I like played Scout in Team Fortress 2. Like just kind of thing is like the maneuverability, because double jump and all that stuff. But yeah,
I think
it's
that's
just
the most
really
exciting.
cool. I think the one thing I might maybe this makes sense when I say it, but I feel like Titanfall is like the multiplayer spiritual successor to Shogo we never knew we wanted. Because remember
Okay.
Shogo, like that game had you like you played as a human and then you played as a robot, but there was like virtually no difference with that.
Mm-hmm.
But like in this, there's like a noticeable difference. You got extra maneuverability as the pilot, but in the Titan you have more armor and stuff, but you move at the pace of like what you would in a normal first-person shooter these days.
Heard there are creeps in Titanfall. How do you feel about creeps in your non-Dota games?
Is it Dota?
I wish
and
so.
servers?
I fucking love creeps and Dota and killing.
I don't like
kinda
creeps.
last-
How would that
last
even-
shoot.
It's a MOBA?
Kinda
Maybe
last
it's a
shoot.
different mode.
Titanfall.
Maybe it's just like a different mode in Titanfall.
I wish it was just all MOBA. Man.
Don't jungle the Titans.
Gotta jungle the Titans.
that bit where like the pilot ejects out of the Titan and then
cool
like,
animation on that.
And then your Titan like snipes it out of the air. Like that was freaking great.
Yeah, that game looks great in general.
It looks great.
Cannot wait to get that on PC.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that shit on PC. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Would be nice.
I like Call of Duty style gameplay. I just don't want to play the same game 6 times in a row. So robots in it, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, the robots robots maneuverably like stole it for me. Like I never hated like Modern Warfare 1's multiplayer. Like
I like
out, but like
that was incredible.
It's just that I never. Well, it was just like circumstances or whatever that I did not get deep into it. But,
it's like how many times do you need to go do that? Like climb
exactly,
up
right? Like I love Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but I didn't need to play it 6 times in a row. You know?
Yeah,
I did apparently.
Okay, well.
I mean prestiging.
Game, so we're both guilty.
No. I meant prestiging 6 times in a row. Yeah. Also played the game a whole lot. Yeah.
You guys don't
games.
Play
Black Ops is on.
Call of Duties like me and my bro Ghost do all night, every night.
Hell,
just
they don't.
This is some inside joke that I don't really get.
The brewskis, bro.
We're gonna get a bunch of brewskis and play some Call of Duties this November with my bro Akbar.
I'll bring the hose.
Bro. Yeah, I think we can bring Red and Black into our 2-man clique, Akbar.
I think so too.
But then it's no longer
like our true bro. We can get some 3-way head, if you know what I'm saying.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, and that was E3.
We will get those stupid women because women are naturally weaker.
Hells yeah, bro.
Someone can see. Is that or is that not the most weirdest announcement to come out of this E3 that it is being released here?
What?
Hatsune Miku.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
That was weird.
Oh my god.
I thought
so hard for that not to be brought up.
Like the weirdest thing, but then like seeing that trailer posted and then the news that is coming to US is like, who would do this? I mean, like I kind of appreciate how. I mean, yeah, like I don't.
Who has any attachment to Killer Instinct?
I liked that trailer. I thought that trailer was fun and stupid in the best way.
I like the look like that music, but I could not care less.
I care less about it than I care about Mortal Kombat, so that's a pretty low blow.
What you got against
Mortal Kombat? Like if Chris Seaver is anything to go by, it's only like Robin the Ginger Bastard Beanland is the only one who left at Rare who worked on those original games.
It's going to be like the new Golden Axe. Remember how well the new Golden Axe did? Yeah.
It's just don't get me started on Rare of today. Just don't.
Guys, PSA.
Yeah.
Play The Last of Us.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good.
It's hella dope.
Well, tell me about the multiplayer.
I haven't actually gotten to play it yet. I don't have a stable connection
I'll
in
get
my
it
living
now.
room.
If it's not, I'll just wait until a year from now and buy it for $5.
I think you should buy it now because it's really good.
It is really, really good.
Yeah, but I could spend $60 on Hatsune Miku Project Diva F instead.
Or you could pay $60 for a fantastic game that is just great across all borders.
Or I could keep playing Digital Devil Saga 2 and try to beat the second to last boss, which is kicking my ass over and over and over again.
Which one's that again?
Meganata.
Or you can have fun.
Oh yeah, she's a little annoying.
Or you could learn to hate yourself.
I know what kind of skills I need to use.
Tekken Revolution.
Do you have Mind Charge?
Yeah, I do have Mind Charge.
Do you have that one that gives you all the buffs at once and you just do it 3 times?
All the buffs.
Like Charge? Is that like a combo skill? Because I know I got Makikaja on one of my characters and Mind Charge on the other.
No, it's one of the top. It's like one of the top tier skill tree things. It's like Wikipedia or something.
I don't remember. I do. I just know that I have
a skill tree called Wikipedia. Don't ask. I don't fucking know either.
I got Mind Charge, and I got a Void physical spell that I can use each turn because his physical attacks take up half of my health, and then I got Drain Electric for when he does his major attacks. It's just if you have Null Fizz and Null or Absorb Fizz and Absorb Elect, you should be totally fine. But aside from that, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like I think it's just that I'm a bit on the level just because I've been skipping
okay.
half.
I basically just had surf use. I would do mind charge into whatever that 99 mana one is you get for importing your save.
Yeah, reincarnation.
Yeah, reincarnation. Every time I would just wreck the whole boss. So. You gotta do some mana regen though, because you're gonna run. You guess whatever they call the mana regen items in that game.
The second floor of the 6th layer in that final dungeon is a pretty great map layout.
Yeah, they're all cool. I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, just a nice homage to the original Megami Tensei.
Yeah. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Holds up.
Really great.
I remember when a game that caliber was released on the PlayStation 3? Yeah, neither do I. There never was one.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So SMT4.
Yeah, super excited for that. I got my paycheck yesterday, and I'm gonna take $20 out of that.
Fuck yeah, press turn. I pressed turn the pre-order button.
Yeah. You exploited Amazon's weakness or whatever you ordered from.
More like my own wallet's weakness, but it was super effective.
Yeah.
You guys are making and laughing at the most terrible puns.
Internet beef.
With whom?
So you guys should probably talk about The Last of Us, right?
Last of Us is pretty great.
It's pretty great. It's pretty awesome.
I can't really say a lot about it because a lot of that game is
survival horror? Do you have to find ribbons?
Yes, all the ribbons.
Yeah.
You have to find cloth. A lot of cloth.
Is there a back door somewhere?
Cool.
There are parts that are really creepy.
The game is not really scary, but it's super fucking tense.
It's super tense.
Like there were moments where I actually had to, when I stopped playing, I actually had to take like a deep breath because that game is really taxing on the nerves.
Yeah, there was an encounter where I actually kind of was like, like when it was over. Yeah. And I think I've yelled at this game more than I have any other game so far in my entire life, which is like maybe Silent Hill, and that's about it.
But if you're looking like for actual fear, no.
Well, there are parts in that game where I think there is actual fear.
Yeah, but it's not like Amnesia or something.
Well, compared to what? Like, have you played Amnesia?
Yeah, there's an amnesia moments.
Yeah, it's not like there's gonna be like a scripted moment like a monster closet, and you don't want to
no.
over and trigger it.
There's a little bit of that in the beginning, but the clickers
I hate jump
can
scares.
be terrifying. Just putting that out there. The clickers
cool.
are
I'll probably
honestly really creepy.
The clickers mostly because you can never be sure if you are able to take one out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that guy can, at any moment when you're approaching him, can start clicking, which means he can echolocate you and just fuck all your plans up. And just wake everyone up, and then you have to just run away and try to shoot your way out of it.
And the other creepy thing is that this game is somewhat mostly stealth, and most enemies have a set pattern that they have to walk in. Clickers have one, but then they can decide to switch it up if they feel like it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even when humans have their set patterns, it's not like they patrol the same way as it's not, the maps don't really work that way. That you always have these enemies just always doing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're walking the same hallway all the time. Like
yeah.
It's amazing that this kind of game is able to exist at with the production values that it has. Like it's amazing.
Because
when you're describing the gameplay systems,
it sounds like they tricked them into letting them make it after making Uncharted.
Yeah, like we've been making this we're making this killing game, like arcade, like fun game for so long.
Yeah, we're making this third-person shooter with the survival overtones, but it's really mostly about the survival, and that's
super depressing.
That's awesome.
Good on Naughty Dog. Good on
Naughty Dog is they can make all this.
It's really a game about a story about a father and a daughter.
Yeah,
basically.
That was a story.
Is it actually father and daughter?
It's pretty good.
No. It's not father and daughter, but they do have I'm not going to spoil anything.
It's like Lee and Clementine kind of.
No, you know what? Not really. Because
Clementine is useless.
No, not even that. It's mostly because Ellie actually, I'm not going to spoil anything, but she behaves more like like a kid would. There are moments where Joel can have a legitimate gripe with her. She can annoy him as a teenage daughter would.
And also, unlike Clementine and Lee, there is an impression that both of them, at some level, really don't like each other, and they are two very different people.
Yeah.
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 But she's very endearing. She's very endearing, just in a completely different way. Like Clementine's, this sweet kid, etc., and then like Ellie is this teenage girl who is looking
who's
for
raised in this. As where Clementine represents purity, Ellie kind of represents what would.
Yeah, because in Last of Us, like the thing that caused the world to go down the crapper has already happened before the game starts.
Yeah.
Also, what I love about the game is that it's one of the few like survival games where they just don't manage to do that feeling that all of these no one is really evil. Like, there is an evil character, but he's not. But his evilness is a part of his character.
Yeah.
Like a lot of survival games have this, that there's, for example, one unambiguously good and one unambiguously evil faction. Like Fallout 3 had that with Brotherhood of Steel, for example. And here,
at least
like even Joel is there's like
Joel is not a good person. Yeah. They put that out of their way in the very start of that game to make you understand that Joel is not. After everything went to crap, Joel's not a good person, and Joel will probably never be a good person again.
And motherfuckers, for example, like extremely brutal.
Yeah.
Like that guy is.
Yeah.
There are at least a few moments where it's kind of creepy how efficient he is at killing people at this point.
Yeah, and also
they also buy this game, guys.
They also have great motivation for the way his character is. At the start of that game, they give him a hell of a reason why he's like that.
Yeah.
And it works fantastically. The only thing I don't like is there. Go on.
How's the multiplayer? Have you guys played that?
I haven't played it yet.
I haven't.
I've heard it's pretty interesting, actually.
I want you guys to play it and tell me if it's good, and then I'll go get the game.
You know what? If it plays even remotely as the single player does, it's probably pretty great.
Yeah. Ghost and I said we're gonna probably play it like next weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably get some in a little bit this week, but not much because my classes start again. Though I think the one thing that needs to be brought up in this game that I think is just how good the characters look in this game. How good the facial animations are, how good the acting is, how it looks fantastic.
It's actually amazing how much of these like small animations like no one will notice they do. Like these moves of the eyebrows, of the jaw and chin, etc. Like just
the cheek contortions when they're talking, like their eye movements. They're like, so good.
It's just so much small stuff that really makes a difference. Like there's none of that like exaggerated like animations. When people always gesticulate this way and always spread their arms very far away from each other, because video games can't really do that level of motion capture, and they do. It just feels very natural.
There's a moment kind of early on to the game, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but there is a thing where they kind of have to show emotion between two characters without them actually having any physical interaction, and they do it fantastically. And I somewhat believe that was mainly for a tech demo of their face tech, because you could see this emotion on the two characters' faces that was just phenomenal.
There's just
really well done.
There's a simple situation which isn't a spoiler. Like Joel is with Ellie, and they have to wait at this drop-off point until nighttime, and Joel just lays on the couch, and you can actually see like Ellie approach him and just make this very small shake of her head, like she can't believe what this fucker is doing. And in a normal video game, you would have her stand with her arms folded, and she would just make this very visible motion. And here is just this barely noticeable stuff. It's just really cool.
And also in that same scene, you could see like Joel's eyes like moving back and forth a little bit later when you see him dreaming.
Yeah,
it's cool.
All right, so that sounds pretty awesome.
I hope we're gonna talk about that game in depth next week.
Yeah,
I might play it by then. So
I won't be able to play it anytime soon, since I've still got other stuff to play.
I hope this game is a glimpse into the future of video games. I hope this is where video games eventually lead to. This kind of
stuff.
No,
too much depression.
Well, not when I say depression like that, but I mean like
high quality and like not about
high
shooting
quality
shit directly.
acting. Yeah.
Let this be one of the paths, let's say.
Yeah, exactly.
Another one
And
has
the other
many-
path is something like Bayonetta 2.
Sure.
Not to say they can't have great character animations and acting in a hack and slash that's over the top either. You know.
Well, yeah, it's just like, if you ask me personally, I just think like trying to pull something like that off in like such a gameplay-centric genre as a character action game, I just
Oh
don't think
no!
it works.
I'm just saying. I think fantastic acting should be across the board in video games. It should be like movies. Like
It should be fantastic and then fantastic in quotes.
but bad voice actors should be a thing of the past.
And this is fantastic. One last thing to say.
Deadly Premonition was pretty good.
One last thing to say.
Those kind of bad boys, I think, need to be played completely straight in order to work.
I just wanted to say that Joel is to Troy Baker what Martin Walker in Spec Ops was to Nolan North. Like it's the same kind of caliber of a role. Like, that really shows the range these dudes possess. And speaking of Nolan North, he's in the game.
Oh, really?
And holy shit, his role is.
Ghost, I have a question.
What is
And
he?
it's gonna break. It's gonna break my heart knowing the difference. Booker or Joel.
Wait. Once ask it again because I didn't get it.
Booker or Joel.
Who's better?
Booker DeWitt, like just as a better role, as a better like.
Joel,
gig
like
for-
hands fucking down.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. Yeah, his performance in that is. You wouldn't even know it's Troy Baker if someone told. It phenomenal work.
He barely sounds like himself in that role.
He's actually fucking acting.
Yeah.
He's gone through the transformation that Nolan North kind of went through, where like early on just felt sounded like Nathan Drake, but then he started getting into roles where he's actually able to do some good acting with different voices.
Keep this in mind. Booker DeWitt, still fantastic performance from him.
Yeah, but this is just way better.
This is way
His best performance is clearly Kanji from Persona 4. I don't know you guys.
Well,
know about.
obviously, but we're talking like.
But his soon-to-be next great performance will be also on MGS5.
That guy's in everything now. He's the new Nolan North.
He's
man.
been in
like-
everything since like 2003.
Yeah, but
I know, not
Troy
like
Baker
these
is
big
actually,
roles like Ocelot.
but like mainstream stuff, like
Yeah.
like
He's
the
been in
fun fact
anime
about
stuff
Troy
for a
Baker
while,
is that he's actually showing more range earlier than Nolan North did.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
North
Troy
was
Baker
cast
played
for
November
like
11th
shit
in Dark
like
and Black and shit.
Well, the problem with Nolan North is he kind of got like after Uncharted he got typecast.
yeah.
Sadly.
And Baker didn't. Like Baker has like this year Ocelot, Bioshock Infinite, like Infamous, and
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
this.
That's right. He is.
Well,
he
his
is-
voice in Infamous just sounds like a Troy Baker voice.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah,
Yeah, but
it
like
sounds like a typical young adult
Yeah.
punk.
Yeah, but
role that
like
Troy Baker would voice.
I'm just saying it's 4 different roles.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what happened to Nolan North after Uncharted 3 and
Spec
The Northeast
Spec
stopped.
Ops? He kind of just stopped.
The Northeast stopped, and that's it.
I don't
he-
know.
he
They
no-
probably
he no
taking a
longer
break
had-
after
he-
doing so many voices or something.
He no longer
Yeah.
had an award to win, so he decided to just take a break.
Oh, did you see the
Have
interview?
you played a game with Nolan North in it this year? Like that came
The
out
Last
this
of
year?
Us.
Okay.
He,
And,
he's
and so,
done
like,
a-
Dude,
so like
that
his
role
voice
is
in The Last
insane.
of Us. So it's not like just some bit character that's like a
he
cameo.
does actually have some just ambient guard dialogue in Last of Us 2.
The
I've
role-
noticed.
But he voices a specific character. Is
man.
that?
I haven't
Yeah.
got but
He does,
I
and it's-
have heard him. It's really weird. Last of Us feels like they did a casting call to a bunch of voice actors and said, "Okay, you're all going to be in this, and you're all going to do roles in this." Because I've heard, what's her name? Who's the lady who does the female shepherd?
Jennifer
Jennifer
Hale.
Hale.
She's in the introduction.
I've heard Jennifer Hale.
She sounded in that opening sequence.
She's in that. She's also a little bit later in the game as a guard. I've heard the guy who does male shepherd. I've heard.
Is Liam O'Brien in it? Is that
Uh,
awesome?
Oh
Fun fact.
man.
I love Liam
Fun
O'Brien.
fact: Liam O'Brien is actually the voice director of the game.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So he's the guy
No love for
responsible
Yuri
for all
Lone
this
Soul
shit.
though. Come on.
but
Do you
it's,
run into like Ergo Proxy in the middle of the wasteland? And he's like, How will I ever deal with this end of society? With this voice of Liam O'Brien.
And then he grows 6 arms and gets angry.
Hey guys, Steve Blum is in it.
Awesome.
Good. All is right with the world.
So I have an answer for Fat Mac when he asked, did anyone play a game with Nolan North in it in the last year? Well, sir, Nolan North plays Shadow Demon, Lycanthrope, Lone Druid, Brewmaster, Gyrocopter, Ogre Magi, Keeper of the World.
His best role is Ogre Magi, actually.
Definitely. So I was
Seriously,
thinking...
voices a character in Dota?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I would play a game where you play as Nolan North's voice as a character.
You could play a Dota game where everyone was playing as Nolan North.
In Dota 2 is a character that has 2 heads and they have both different personalities, but they're
both Nolan North.
One's an idiot, one's really smart.
The idea of playing as like Nolan North's voice, I just imagine it being like a picture of like Nolan North like in a sound booth with like a microphone.
I want to play as that one citizen in Mafia 2 that talks to the other citizen with Nolan North's voice.
Yeah.
Except in Dota, they're all actually pretty easy.
Like,
you probably couldn't tell.
Type in Infinity Victory that is literally like visual novel portraits, and you fight them. This is the weirdest thing.
Dead silence.
Oh, Nolan North was Vash in Resonance of Fate? Holy shit. I love that game.
Oh, Nolan North was also the narrator in Bastion.
No.
Oh, yeah.
How could you forget, right?
You know what was the thing that actually blew my mind about voice actors when it comes to roles? Like, Troy Baker is a scoundrel from Diablo 3.
Okay.
Like, I did not expect that. Like, he sounds nothing like himself.
Wow.
Liam O'Brien.
Penguin and Batman.
Yeah, but you can hear Nolan North, a bit of Nolan North's voice in the Penguin, and like the scoundrel in Diablo 3 is just nothing like.
You should listen to the voice quotes from Dota 2. There's a lot of the voices that are so different you can hardly tell it's Nolan North. I think.
Nolan North actually has a whole lot of range. I don't.
Yeah, he's really good.
He played Seymour in the latest Ratchet and Clank, like the little robot who helps Clank.
I think it was the Portal 2.
In a Kraken.
Well, he was the guns, the malfunctioning guns,
and the space cube.
He was Deadpool in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yep. Oh, he's also Deadpool in the new Deadpool game. It's coming out next week, I think. I actually haven't heard. I've actually heard that game is horrible.
It is horrible or isn't?
It isn't horrible.
Yeah, I've heard it was like I don't know. I've only heard like.
I've heard it's like okay. I mean, like it isn't great, but it's not bad.
Rental.
Not even that.
You think he'll make a fourth wall breaking comment about used games in that game? Yeah.
Apparently he does make I can't remember, but he makes a joke about something about gameplay. Well, a bunch of jokes about gameplay.
Dead Play makes a fourth wall joke. I can't believe it.
Hey, just so you know, he rarely actually does that in the comics. It's
I know.
usually
I know. In the comics, he's like mostly serious. I've read all of them.
He's not mostly.
Well, I wouldn't
serious.
say mostly serious, but he certainly doesn't like just talk about comic panels all the time. But he does sometimes.
It's a joke usually at the start of a comic or at the very end.
I mean, he's meant to be an oddball, but like the fourth wall breaking jokes don't make up his entire repertoire.
Yeah. He's more slapstick and referential than fourth wall breaking. Actually, She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall more than Deadpool does.
Oh, really?
A parody of a bunch of other heroes. That's this whole thing.
Well, yeah, it's like, it's just like Marvel's like version of Deathstroke that became all silly.
Yeah.
That is, honest to God, what Deadpool is. Rob Liefeld in the 90s.
That was a Rob Liefeld character, exactly.
All Rob Liefeld did was say, hey, that character from DC is cool, I'm going to put him in the X-Men. Guess what it is?
Stupid
Deathstroke is cool. I'm going to make him into a character, call him Deadpool, and make him red and black instead of orange and blue.
Because he's a fucking hick. He's a stupid idiot. He's dumb shit. Like, I hate Robert Liefeld. I could punch him in the face.
Man.
So guys,
get another Berserk.
We
have pushed another one of Goat's Berserk buttons.
Dude,
how many does he have left?
The man is doing disproportionate amount of money considering how good is he artist, and he's a fucking terrible artist.
Dude, the 90s for comics sucked anyways.
Yeah, but
overall, a bounce
he's
and a bounce.
The personification. He is the 90s.
He is.
He was the 90s.
But not Todd McFarlane and Spawn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Todd
Thought that would
McFarlane.
have been
But
the
like
face
Todd
of, like,
McFarlane
bad 90s
has
comics.
some craft, and like Rob Liefeld
That's-
fucking.
Hey, let's not.
Todd McFarlane.
It's
Did you ever
only
see
for
the old,
six
Did you ever
figures.
see the old HBO Spawn series?
There was an HBO Spawn
Probably
series.
Yeah.
all-
There was. Now here's the thing about it. It was animated, like, anime looking animated. But at the beginning
okay.
of it,
For some reason, I was thinking it was going to be like live action. It was like,
No,
how
there is a
skinny
live
that-
action Spawn
Rape
movie.
Oh, that
Yeah.
movie.
No. The beginning of it was live action. The beginning of it was Todd McFarlane in his drawing room talking about, like, dark philosophy. What is the meaning of life? Is it something dark to be disgusted with? Is it more tangible? How do we
How
deal with
pretentious
death?
can I be?
Yes, that is pretty much what it is.
I went to a clothing store yesterday where they sold $375 T-shirts. Is he more pretentious or less pretentious than that?
He's
I
probably
don't know what was
selling
on the T-shirts.
It was
Hey,
just a
guys.
black and white polka dot print.
Guys, do you want to know why Todd McFarlane is really, really popular and really, really famous?
Why?
Do you really want to know why?
Yeah, sure.
Because he drew Spider-Man's webs really good.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
like his art style.
No,
But-
honest to God, that is why he's so popular in Marvel. Because he drew Spider-Man's webs really cool looking, and he actually put detail in the way they looked, and that is honest to God why he was popular with Marvel.
Honestly, I kind of like Todd McFarlane's art.
Hey, you know why
I kinda
Rob
like Spawn
Liefeld
in
is
a
so
way.
popular? Because people are horrible and have no taste.
I pretty much knew that before
I
you
could
said
say that about most anything.
And,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
It's
no,
why-
but, like,
why
Liefeld
most people
just
play
crosses
Hatsune
a
Miku because
fucking
they have
line.
bad taste. They should.
Yeah.
I just
You
love
just-
whenever Liefeld
that
creates a new
last image
series
you
and everyone
shared.
is called the same. It's Bedrock, Young Blood, Bloodpool.
Rob Liefeld had one good character.
Spider-Man's webbing.
No, Cable. Cable's cool. No,
Cable
Spider-Man's
is cool.
webbing. Spider-Man's webbing. Like, that is why they gave him a Spider-Man series to write when he threatened to leave. Is because they wanted to keep his, like, Spider-Man art style going. And that Spider-Man series was horrible. So he didn't get a bunch of money on it. So he left and he created Image. And then he created Spawn, which is hit or miss, usually. But still, like, it all bases down to...
That's
he
being
drew Spider-
very, very generous.
Yeah. But there's some stuff in Spawn, at least the comics, it's kind of cool.
90s
But
comics in general just hit or miss.
horrible. And
Yeah.
super dark for no
Rob
reason
Liefeld.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
manga's pretty
nothing
good.
compares to Hatsune Miku, obviously.
Yes, nothing compares.
Once she was created, we entered the golden age of animation and drawing.
Exactly.
And music synthesizing program.
Do you guys have that pizza app or whatever?
No.
No,
God.
I
Yeah,
wish.
Xbox, dude.
Dude.
Where Hatsune Miku is in your life or something?
Sounds
She's
pretty
in my
good,
life
though.
every day.
My
True.
waifu.
I have my.
She re-entered my life as soon as I played that demo for Project Eva F last night.
Well, I see her every day on my my bed. My full body pillow, my
Your
full
body
body,
pillow of Hatsune Miku.
yeah, and my Hatsune Miku real doll.
So I have
obviously.
an 8 foot tall
I
print
would
of Black Rock
seriously love
Shooter.
to get that stuff for a day just so I can just so I can mess with people. Like,
So you can
Screw the
screw
doll.
it.
get their reactions.
You see, you want to fuck it?
Did you like say just so
You're
I
gonna
can
have
screw?
to fuck it.
Just get off halfway through the burgers.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This podcast is over.
And we're going to jail.
Yeah.
No, dude,
Well,
Wait, no.
if you still
Easily
want
over-
to
over
say
legal
shit
age.
in private, go ahead, but... Ugh.
Um,
So yeah, this
Is
was the 12th episode of the Giant Bomb Community Podcast.
Oh my god, there's a
aka
Hold on,
prime
hold on.
branded
is there any
What?
else at
fucking
E3 that we want to talk
DualShock
about?
3.
No, I think the E3's done. I had some games to talk about, but I don't know.
Go for it.
okay.
I've been playing 1080 snowboarding as well, and I still like it.
Yeah.
As
Well,
long
Fat Mac,
as you're not going to talk about raping Hatsune Miku,
Yeah.
you can
No more of
talk...
that, please.
Obviously only consensual.
So, Tekken Revolution is pretty cool.
So how does that work? You start with a couple characters and you kind of unlock them as you go, or?
I believe so. I don't know. There aren't really any unlocked characters. There are a set couple of
Uh.
characters, your usual Kazuya and Law, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like energy stuff. Like if you ever played a free-to-play
okay.
game, yeah, like you can only have like a set number of battles where you have to wait like 30 minutes or 60 minutes.
So
if
it's
you
kind
have-
of
So if
Interesting.
it's like a Facebook game, why is it not
Yeah.
on Facebook?
it's not
I
a fight.
prefer they just
It's
charge
a
you
fighting
for
game. So
options.
Have you tried playing a fighting game with a keyboard?
Yes.
and it probably
Yeah,
can't be
it's
run on
fucking
It
Facebook.
sucks.
It's It's
I'm
HD
probably going to be as good on the keyboard as I'm always am in Tekken. So.
So yeah, it's.
like
I think it has.
Whatever. It's yeah.
I think it's running on Tekken 2 tournaments, like engine and stuff. Does it? Yeah, 'cause it has the engine and stuff, like the intros.
Tekken 2 engine.
Tekken 2 tournament. I mean, Tekken 2
Tekken 2 engine would be actually awesome.
That would be awesome. Back when Tekken was awesome.
Oh my fucking god, Nick.
You look at this too.
Jesus, I'm sorry I talked out loud, but what the fuck is... Who...
Makes you monster.
What?
Yeah, this will play really well on the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'll use it as a show image, don't worry.
Don't use that as a show image.
If you do that,
Please use that as a show image.
Don't use that as a show image.
Use it for the few seconds when we're talking.
Yeah, whoever posts that would get banned off Giant Bomb.
Yeah, don't use that as a show.
yeah, please.
So good.
This is the stupidest joke, like visual humor that we're never gonna use.
I know.
Look at this thing! Look at this fucking little thing! It's so funny, guys. You're never gonna see
Put
it.
it as an annotation in the video, alright? Spit it
Is it-
out.
No, use this. Wait a second. Use this image as a show
There's a
image.
picture of Hatsune Miku that you can find on Google Image Search. You search Hatsune Miku, and she's extremely buff and lifting weights. Just scroll down a few, and you'll see it.
So Tekken was.
All right, hold on. We'll do a jump back in. Is it the hot Reddited girl that we're using as our image, or
No, Larry Major Nelson and
I think
this
that's hot. You got
wall
some.
of hair.
she's okay. She's not like ugly.
It's fine.
Yeah. Hot is like it depends. Hot means it's attractive. It doesn't have
Dude,
to
she's
be.
not
like,
even in cosplay. I can't be attracted to it. So, true story. The girl that I'm about to go on a date with is the first picture of her I ever saw was her dressed up as Juri from Street Fighter 4.
Nice.
All right, let's get back to Fat Max thing.
You know who else is hot? Heihachi's pretty hot.
No, let's
Yeah.
cut
You
this
disgust
last.
me as a person.
Let's cut this last like 5 minutes out.
No.
Hatsune Miku.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
please.
everything
It all
stays there.
Please.
No, cut it.
Cut that out.
No,
it.
stay.
Yeah.
Everyone
Cut
needs to
it.
know what
Cut
a
it.
horrible person you are.
No,
No,
cut
cut
it. Cut it. Cut it.
Cut this whole podcast. It's done.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
seriously.
Just
So
get the whole
what,
thing, come back
what were
tomorrow.
you saying right before we got all distracted by the horrible images of Hatsune
I
Miku?
was saying it's basically Tekken Tag Tournament 2, but without tag teams.
Hmm.
I think it's running on the same engine because the intros and
Yeah,
arenas are basically that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's free to play Tekken. Yeah, it's pretty fun, but it also has some new moves for Tekken. I think it's infinite, like not infinite, like invulnerable attacks basically. I don't know if that's a new thing added.
Hmm.
Like it's some new set moves that you can't be attacked with if you do them. So it's kind of weird. Like it kind of changes Tekken a bit.
Oh, that's weird. For a second,
Yeah.
I thought you meant there's going to be pay per attacks, like attacks that you pay for that make you invincible while you're using
You
them.
don't give me an idea.
Which
No,
would be
you just-
honest.
Every move you make, just increases the amount
Do
of money
you
you
want to
get charged.
do? I've never played Tekken, so I don't know any moves. Do you want to
Oh,
kick the
there
man? Pay $1.
I wish it was cosmetic free to play stuff because like
Yeah,
the whole
I-
time and energy stuff is really bad. And like
Yeah. Well, at
I
least
wanna
it's not one of. It's not one of those games
I
that's
have
like
a relevant
you only
question.
have set battles a day. You know? Sorry.
I have a
well,
relevant
it kind of
question.
is. Like you have to wait like 60 minutes for that thing. Like it's a lot
Yeah,
of
but I
time.
mean, it's not like you can only fight five people. Five people.
I
a
heard,
day.
I heard if you keep winning, you can keep playing, but if you lose,
Yeah,
don't.
you can. I just won a match and I got a.
It seems
free
like a
token.
slippery slope, doesn't it? Like the better players keep getting better, and the
Yeah.
worst players can't play. Isn't that kind of fucking stupid?
Yeah,
That's-
I think maybe they might have intended for new players to come, but it's not because just there's some people
Sounds
on
like
here just are
completely
masters of Tekken.
counterintuitive to what you'd want to do. Like,
Yeah, just free to play. Like the masters of Tekken come here and just beat the shit out of new players. Like,
yeah,
really
it seems
bad.
like you'd want to let new players play more and limit
and
the
there are
like,
no tutorials. There
dedicated
are no
players. The
tutorials.
dedicated players are going to be more willing to pay money anyway.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, like, you have to incent people to play more. So if they're good at it,
Yeah,
they get
no.
more time to play it. So it's hard.
So if you're
Whatever,
new to
it's no
Tekken,
ver-
don't play this game because you'll get
Yeah.
fucking destroyed.
No. Buy it, but play it, but buy Tekken 6 for yourself, so you can train yourself and give Namco money this way.
Or buy Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution or Virtua Fighter 5 Final
just
Showdown
wait
because
for
those are the
the
greatest
director.
fighting games ever.
Or just play Tekken 3 if you want the pinnacle of fighting games. Basically.
You mean Street Fighter 3 Third Strike?
Well,
You mean MK9?
There are no Virtual Fighters, so
You mean Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire?
Okay, you won.
You mean Dark?
You mean Naughty
Street
Dog's
Fighter,
first,
the
Has
movie?
no
the
name.
you
video
mean
game?
Naughty Dog's first game?
Shaolin Warrior, right?
You mean Lethal League?
You mean Killer Instinct for Xbox One?
Street
Free
Fighter,
to
the
play.
movie, the game.
I would rather play original Killer Instinct than what this new Killer Instinct will probably end up.
I'd rather play original Street Fighter than this new Killer Instinct.
I'd rather play Dive Kick than this new Street Fighter.
I'd rather play
That's a good
Virtua
thing.
Fighter than
Well,
all
my
these
friend's roommate made
because
that.
they'll
I
never
have to
compare.
play it, right?
What was
Oh,
that
shit.
game like where you were like fighting blobs or something? Clay,
Play Fighter.
like Clay. Yeah,
Play
Play
Fighter.
Fighter. Play Fighter
Street
reboot right
Third.
now. Play Fighter.
Play Fighter was horrible but amazing at the same
It
time.
was horrible.
Mostly horrible.
Yeah.
I
Good
want
watch.
bad
Right.
fighting games back.
What was it? Frosty
Dude,
the
there are
Snow-
plenty of bad fighting games. You just gotta go to Japan.
Like not as ridiculous as like time like.
How about a fighting game where every character is a little girl?
Oh,
I'd play
Like
that.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I got it for you.
Skullgirls apparently.
No, they're not little girls. In our Kingdom 3,
right.
they're actually like all young.
True. That's Tekken Revolution, I guess. The only other big game I've played last week, I guess, was Animal Crossing New Leaf.
How's that? Like, what does it do that other Animal Crossings did not?
You're basically the mayor, so you kind of run the whole town, and you can kind of like dictate like where like your like different stuff goes and different like set like bridges and like different events and stuff. It's pretty fun. Like
Is
if you
there a
played
bureaucracy minigame? Do you have to like put the filings for the new bridge through, like the Parks and Rec department, and then they have to go to the city like planning office. They have to wait 5 weeks for a turn.
Dude, it's not like Kafka Simulator.
it's not
Oh,
that
man.
complex. Sorry.
Well, then I don't want to play it.
Well, fine.
I only play
So
games
I have
really
one thing that disappointed me about Animal Crossing. I was fooling around with the online like Town Tune Simulator, and I wanted to make the flute melody from Bioforge, but there's no flat notes, so I couldn't do it.
But there
So
wasn't
fun.
enough space for the whole thing.
Well, there's enough space for it, but there's no flats, so it sucks.
No flats. Oh man,
Yeah.
Oh,
Bummer.
come on.
that sucks.
So yeah, it's Animal Crossing New Leaf. It's more Animal Crossing, but if you
Oh,
want
wait,
more
wait.
of that, then what's up?
So, like I heard they like changed the way the time stuff works in that. Like you can't like mess around your system clock that much anymore.
You can, I believe, but it kind of.
I think that was the case. Like I think maybe was the sort of the case with like the Wii one. I think I remember just reading
I don't
stuff
know.
about that one where you mess with the clock and it like fucks up parts of the game.
You
Yeah,
probably
I
still can do that, but that's the worst thing to do because that's not
no
even.
that I
There's-
used to love doing that on the DS version. I would put the clock all the way to the top. I wanted to see the post-apocalyptic Animal Kingdom.
Everywhere, every
I
single
want weeds
slot.
everywhere. Everyone's moved out. They're all
Oh
empty
no, you
houses.
can't do that. You gotta take out the
You know,
weeds.
Animal
You're crazy.
Crossing- Animal Crossing has.
And then I like to go to the
That's-
beginning of time.
You know,
I
like,
want to see the start of Animal Crossing, and it looks exactly.
What is
at
the
the
start of Animal Crossing? Do
End.
you
It
have
looks
a god?
exactly the same as the
Is
end.
Tom Nook God?
No, the Animal Crossing world is secular. It
Did
all
you guys
ends and
read
begins in
that
the same
It's
place.
crazy Let's Play of Animal Crossing?
Yeah, the like dark one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah. But no, I was thinking like how. Animal Crossing obviously has Mr. Rossetti, who like lectures you for like for resetting the game without saving. There should be like a character that like lectures you for whenever you mess with the skill with
And
the
Rossetti's
clock.
time traveling brother.
Rossetti
Yeah.
comes from the.
That'd be great. And,
I
and,
agree,
and,
Rossetti just
and
came
if
out
you
for the
both
European
at the same
clock.
time, like if you turn off without saving and then like change the system clock.
double
like,
up.
oh,
So,
man.
Fat Mac, do I have to play the other Animal Crossing games to get the story in this one?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely. You have to
I have
learn
to
about
read
the
the
origins
books.
of Tom Nook because Tom Nook's now a player now. He owns real estate now.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, he's moving up in the world. He has a cool fucking dope ass sweater. It's really awesome.
I don't know, but I kind of like when Tom
Sure,
Nook had the
Animal
monopoly.
Crossing's a murderer based on
Both the real estate, all the things that you buy, everything you do, everything leads to Tom Nook. All the money just
So
goes straight to
in Watch Dogs and The Division, do you think the corporate overlord who's ruling the world is in fact Tom Nook?
Oh, of course.
Oh man, I hope it is.
Tom Nook is just way better than.
Wait, Fat Mac, you saw Man of Steel, right?
Yeah.
Do you notice how LexCorp was on top of every goddamn thing? Like moving trucks, propane tanks, like stores.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
But he just owned everything.
So he's probably going to be the villain in the next movie, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that always works out well to have Lex Luthor as your villain. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Put him in a robot suit.
Having,
I don't
like,
have his robot suit.
That'd be kind of fun.
That kind of defeats the purpose of Lex Luthor, but whatever.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you probably have Lex Luthor make a bad guy to fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also crush you with his mind.
If you bring back pink kryptonite.
Make him gay.
Kryptonite.
It's not
Go around
appropriate
the world
in
again.
this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Lex Luthor, Tom Nook, working together, side by side, sending the world into turmoil, crashing the world economy with racing and the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tom Nook stabs
And the
Lex in
Patriots.
And the Patriots, yes.
War economy.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
And then that's when it's revealed that Ocelot was manipulating them both by having them do exactly as they wanted to.
I'm sorry, have you played like multiplayer on Animal Crossing yet? Just like...
Oh yeah, I've gone to my friends' houses. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my major problem with the Animal Crossing games, at a certain point, there's only so much you can do in a day, and that really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Is it the same, or?
Like Animal Crossing, you can't really like go out and just play for hours. Like you have to kind of drop it for like 20 minutes. Just like, okay, that's my day of Animal Crossing. Like there are no games out there except probably MMOs, but like a daily
the question
game.
You have to ask yourself is like, is your day really going to be that much worse if you don't have your 20 minutes of Animal Crossing? And my philosophy tends to be, I'm just going to not play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's my problem. It's like I'd rather.
You're gonna miss the Saturday bug off, man.
Or man, I already played Final Fantasy 14. I got enough wasted time.
But I'd rather
tried playing
play the bug off right now and then play it for like 5 hours straight, then put it down so I can play it again next weekend.
Bugs to the max level.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just so many games these days, like you just like beat through. Like I like little like pieces.
I don't need
of
my
just
games tell me when or when not to play them. You know what I mean? Like,
there's really nothing like that, really. Like there's no set.
I enjoy that. I enjoy that in Animal Crossing, and I really like the fact that each day is different. But my major problem is I'm not going to be able to play it every day, and that's why I like being able to do everything kind of at once.
Or
the fact that I can
me,
play in big chunks when I have the time to play it in a big chunk.
Or for me, the problem is I start out playing this game every day, but then I eventually start falling off it, and then it gets really hard to like get back on to the routine.
Because look, Fat Mike, I know this is what's going to happen. If I start playing Animal Crossing every day, one day I'm going to be at lunch. And then there's going to be the cutest girl ever who's going to be my dream girl. But I'm going to have to be Hootie at her house at 5 o'clock. And I had to make that choice.
I know, Animal Crossing, there's some people...
You're the right girl, she'll be playing with you, right?
I'm not ready to make that choice between Hootie and my dream girl.
My ex-girlfriend loved Animal Crossing. She didn't play like real games, but she liked Animal Crossing. So.
Animal Crossing's the realest game ever. What are you talking about?
You obviously aren't playing Major League Animal Crossing.
I'm not playing competitive.
Esports Animal Crossing. Gotta get your APMs up.
What's your team called for Animal Crossing? Alright, so we should probably wrap this up since we're just talking.
Yep, let's wrap this up.
And also, I need to go buy groceries and I'll starve to death because I have literally no food in my entire house.
I have not eaten anything at all since I got up. I'm starving.
I ate a slice of pizza, so I'm alright.
Good going, guys.
I wish I had some pizza.
That's a hell of a thing to brag about.
To eat?
Yeah. I haven't eaten in days.
Well, that's because I wasn't sure when this podcast would start, so I was
Hey, Ghost.
Here.
Ghost. Hey, bro.
Hey, Akbar.
I haven't eaten in days. You know why?
Why?
Because I've just been racking up the kills in the Call of Duty and hitting all the bitches, banging them up.
Dude, I haven't eaten anything in days that wasn't pussy.
You know it. I just love that dick. I mean pussy.
And that pussy.
And on that note, let's end
worse
this
than
episode of the
porn or
Giant Bomb
whatever.
Community Podcast. That was
the worst.
episode 12. And
Do you like
I'm Ghost Yet, and I was your host.
At giantbombcommunitypodcast@gmail.com.
You can send us mail, but you won't.
Don't email us, please.
No
Email
pictures.
questions about Hatsune Miku and images that we are not going to show because they're so horrifying.
Yeah.
No one's gonna get that joke because I got cut, but okay.
That's fine.
No, keep it now. You have to keep it.
You say that like you got the editor.
Now, I made sure that you have to keep
I
it.
control the editor. I control the would-be king.
I control the money.
I am Tom.
It's all infected.
This episode is just going to be a huge
Joining us today.
Us, but we're going to like it.
Joining us today was Red and Black,
I hate cosplay.
He's the guy. Remember him.
Yep.
Nick's Iron.
Somebody on the forums called me a cosplay bigot.
Really?
That's awesome.
Because I would do that, but I think it's really
I think
funny.
that's the first time I've heard that.
Guys, if you like are actually like bigoted against cosplay or something, whatever, like
That's a great name for a
That could be your
band.
role. That's your.
I forgot.
The
Yeah,
cosplay
sorry.
bigots.
Yeah.
I have a story. Before
You should have a
we-
blog now. Just I hate cosplay so much.
Just yeah,
Post-
put up
post-
pictures of cosplay and critique it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And
sucks.
the critique
This one
is always
sucks.
this sucks.
Sucks
This
too.
Oh,
This one
Kingdom
sucks
Hearts.
also.
Oh, this all sucks.
And that's all this is. It's all just the
Break
same
my
words.
word.
It sucks.
I'm like, I'm like crazy.
Next.
But
Yeah, what's
before
up?
we go,
You joined us today.
I did join you today. I am the man who loves Hatsune Miku.
Moving on.
I
Fat
do.
Mac.
I'm the guy that loves Animal Crossing and Tekken
What about Dota?
and Dota 2.
Yeah.
Alaska Gamer.
I'm the guy who likes summoning demons.
I think we all like some.
That's boring.
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, I can
Hatsune
see
Miku is a demon.
Where's my Shin Megami Tensei X
You could
Hatsune
say
Miku?
that she's a digital devil.
oh my god,
Kill me.
I feel terrible for doing that now.
And my
I know, it's probably
Tough.
better than
My
me
tie
saying
is-
Miku's waifu or some nonsense.
Nick's already said that, so he's got that covered.
I literally
Yeah.
have my hands over my eyes right now. I'm so disappointed in you, Alaska Gamer.
How can you see those pictures of Hatsune Miku I'm sending you if you have your hands over your eyes? Come on.
Oh my god.
Let's stop.
Don't
this,
worry, you can
please.
still
Stop
hear her
it.
lovely voice.
Please,
Dan,
just
my,
stop it.
my tie
The
is
monks
bro.
are coming. The
Shut
monks
up.
are coming.
Shut up. And my tie is bro. Akbar the Great.
This was a horrible cacophony.
It was. Thank Fat Mac for that.
Before we go,
I'm not the one who talks about.
I feel like all of these are horrible cacophonies.
Hey, everyone,
Thanks,
before-
Obama.
before we all cut off,
Yeah,
I have a
thanks.
wonderful story about Giant Bomb that I experienced at the GameStop today. I had an encounter.
Yeah, alright, go for it.
Oh yes, you said this in the doc.
I like the
Uh,
part. I won't spoil it.
Okay, so I walk. I'm getting my copy of The Last of Us. I'm going into GameStop. I'm paying the guy, and he said, "Oh yeah, cool shirt." And I said, "Oh, you go to Giant Bomb?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Awesome." And he goes, "My wife loves that anime stuff."
Can you explain that connection? Like, how does he get to anime from that?
Oh, I'm wearing the Japanese one, the old
Yeah, but like,
looking one.
how do you go from I go to Giant Bomb to my wife loves that anime stuff?
I don't know. That's what he did.
Maybe he thinks it's anime. Maybe Giant Bomb.
literally
Maybe she
what he
frequents
said.
The anime.
That is
Dude,
the
maybe she
next
found
thing.
the site by searching for naked cartoon pussy on Google.
I think he
or
thought
she
it was
happened
some.
to come across like the anime discussion thread on the forums.
No,
Maybe that's it.
I think he honestly thought it was like an anime. I think he thought Giant Bomb was an anime.
Oh yeah.
It does sound like an
That's
anime,
a great anime.
like an anime title.
Yeah, and then I told
Jantu
him.
Bombu.
Giant bomb.
But then I told him about Giant Bomb, and he said he'd
What's
read
up?
it, but I think he was just doing that to appease me.
Yeah, he's probably trying to give you the hard sell on Last of Us.
It's
you know?
really JDH,
What's JDH?
the
Yeah, I
guy
don't know.
from the forums who is
Oh.
has a guy with a huge boner for the Xbox. And not only
Actually,
that,
I did not see any stuff for the Xbox One in that GameStop. I saw a bunch of PS4 ads, but I saw no Xbox One
You
ads.
still the bans on NeoGAF after that shit came out, man?
Man.
It's like they banned like 30 people who were just shills for Xbox.
I bet they didn't ban any of the PS4 ones.
No, they banned a bunch for PS4 though.
So man, now I'm just reminded of the last Giant Bomb like E3 stream.
they did.
That was a weird moment with everyone just calling Ian Steptoe shills that it just got annoying. But then after the fact, everyone started using shills in other weird ways that it became a joke, and then it ultimately just circled right back around
That's
to
what
okay,
turned
this
out
is stupid.
bad.
Stop saying shill.
I would just like to remind you that we have the famous celebrity from the tester called the Hebrew Hammer, who was banned from Polygon. He's lurking the forums.
Wonderful.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
real
so
stuff,
that's-
guys.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey guys, we're in a lockdown, baby. Call me crazy.
That was a good song.
You're my attorney.
That was a good song. That Spanish song is pretty good too.
I didn't get
Or
to see it in
whatever.
Spanish.
Yes, the
Did they ever
That's
play Party?
racist.
Yeah, I'm racist. I can be racist against me all
But
the
nothing,
time. Okay?
but
Yeah.
nothing beats the E3 2011 break music.
Well, they
Nothing
played that.
does. Yeah. which is great to play.
I think
Fat
the
Mac,
2012
if you're racist against your own kind, then you're just like Ryan Gosling in The Fanatic.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sexist.
Are we still
against my
recording
own
this? Is still
kind.
being recorded, please? No.
Of course.
Yep, it's still being recorded.
No, this is the
Why wouldn't
longest
it be?
podcast ever.
Dude, I haven't said even that we are stopping.
It's
So,
gonna be
but you
about,
know what?
2 hours.
That's a good note to end. Let's stop.
Stop.
Thank you for
Stop.
listening, you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Don't listen anymore. It's done.
Enjoy this clusterfuck.
Or I
It's
guess
the worst
it's done.
podcast ever.
Aw.
I feel like all of them are like the worst podcast at some point during recording.
There were some good ones in the beginning, but then it just turned into some weird like thing. I don't even know.
Hey! I think that
The podcast were like an hour, and now they're like 3 hours now. What is going on?
3 hours.
We've become like that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hey, we've
What a
only
giant
became that
podcast.
since you've returned, dude.
It's only been
Yeah,
This is-
apparently.
Hard.
It's all my
trajectory
fault.
of-
I'm Obama.
This is the
Exactly.
trajectory of the
Now
giant
we're
bombcast
where
of
the
microcosm.
podcast started.
That's all it is.
Sorry for having my life like be destroyed or whatever.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
Let's not get too serious here.
I'm joking around. I'm joking around.
Cool.
I don't know, dude. You're.
Dude, I'm relative.
I don't know. Your tone is just like really hard to digest. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, bro, get that fucking disgusting
guys.
accent out of here.
Guys, I don't like it when you fight.
Well, mom and dad have to fight sometime, okay?
What?
We're all just
Which one's the father?
You know what? This podcast is over.
ピラピラかなストロボがときめく LED が私の手を取り走るつなぎに手で重ねたまだ頭の中にある刺激的なラインと手元に流れる時間握られたらため息めくりめくるの退屈な日々を終える今日の夢を見七色輝く音不安を埋め尽くす幸せ話したくないような両手を高く上げてブリーズの向こう側待ちきれない逃げなが見てなどんなに睨んでみてもカレンダーはまだ真ん中ヘッドホンから漏れ出した人がちょっと走り気に繰り返してく日々を抜け出して恋に落ちてゆくこの体